is Law Nation. It's the room filler. Be sure to hit that like button, share this content, let a friend or a neighbor know where to go when they want to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. This is the official clickbait season. It is. And we're going to talk about a few things, and we're going to go over a few things. Appreciate y'all so much for being part of this episode today. As the room fill up, be sure to hit that like button, share this content, let a friend or a neighbor know where to go when they want to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. Mama said there will be days just like this. Come on. No doubt. Go grab your popcorn. Pop the champagne bottles. Let's get ready. Let's go. Come on. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on. All right. Yeah. You ready? Yeah. All right. What's good with y'all, man? I hope all is well. I thank all of you all for tuning in for this episode. All right. So let's go over everything. Let me know if the audio is straight. Let me know if the audio is straight before we get things going. Let me know if you guys can hear me before we get things going. Shout out to everybody. I had to go out of town this past weekend and just made it back today or what have you. And get things going. So shout out to everyone who was off today. I think today is President's Day. So I hope all is well. And while I was away, there was a lot of little small news going on, and didn't get a chance to expound on it. Darian Thompson, he's now on the team as the linebackers coach. That's unique. And I think at some capacity, just as the assistant. Right before I left, we talked about Sharif Floyd as the defensive tackle / defensive line coach in the making there as one of the errand boys. And if you guys go back to last year's tape of me out there in Oxnard, he worked heavily with Osa and Gallimore, but primarily Osa. I've seen tape of him working with that guy hand in hand, and I was calling him T-Pain. I said, whoever that T-Pain dude is, that dude is coaching up. They need to get that man a job. And lo and behold, that was Floyd, So it's amazing how the world turns around, and a lot of people were saying, he's washed, he's trash, but didn't know that he was in the capacity of helping those boys out last year. So, but far as Darian Thompson, I don't know. I don't know. But shout out to him. Just because you played the game doesn't mean you're going to play the game like you coached the game. And shout out to everybody. Some people are talking about DiNucci. Law, did you see DiNucci tape? And some people were like, hey, I would rather have DiNucci back, versus Dak, and at least he don't throw pick sixes. And then I turned on the TV and I saw DiNucci throw a pick six. So, I mean, Cowboy fans, we are in that middle place right now. The sensationalism, the news of any quarterback right now will tickle your fancy. For those who are on the fence with Dak Prescott, a lot of people would say, yeah, There's an article about C.J. Stroud. The Cowboys are willing to get him and not looking at what it will cost the Cowboys. They said, yeah, let's go get him, right? A third of the people also want Aaron Rodgers to be in the house, right? And they're not looking at the salary cap or what have you. Just bring Aaron Rodgers in. Let's just figure out a way. He's $50 million. He's $50 million over there in Green Bay land. There will have to be some concessions made in order for you to get Aaron Rodgers. I don't care. Bring him in, right? There's a lot of people with that type of news, and we don't have it. We do not have the real estate in order to get said players. And this is not a banging on the table for Dak Prescott, but the money don't speak it, right? Like, we don't have the ability. Why we don't have the ability? The number one hindrance on this team, we don't have the ability to escape the no trade clause. Now, if Dak Prescott didn't have the trade clause on his contract, him and Ezekiel Elliott, don't you know, we'll be having those fantasy talk shows. We'll be talking about, hey, the Jets are looking at it like, shoot, they probably are one quarterback away. The Atlanta Falcons, they need a quarterback, right? We can start going into the Colts mindset of, hey, they probably need a quarterback. And we can start putting fillers out there and making clickbait news about, hey, the Jets are willing to trade for Dak Prescott with 3 first-round draft picks, right? Right now, the Jets can pick up the phone and say, Cowboys, Jerry Jones, we are willing to give you 10 first-round draft picks for Dak Prescott, 10 of them. And the ultimate choice would be on Dak. He got a no. Can somebody give me the definition of no? It's no. No trade clause. Law, you just a Dak apologist. It's a no trade clause. I can't go into that realm of talking about, hey, let's start trading someone when it's a no trade clause. It's equivalent for you going to the it's equivalent for you going to the BMW parking lot with a 580 credit score, right? With only $1,000 down, and you wanting a 2022 or 2023 BMW, right? Coupe. And you don't have any other resources. You make about $30,000 a year, and you hardly make the most out of your whole entire family at $30,000, right? But you got a 522 or 580 credit score, right? With only $1,000 down that you can put onto that car. That's a 2022, 2023. And they say they're going to sit you down. They're going to run your credit and everything. They're going to run your report. They're going to ask you how your income is or what have you. And they say, okay, what's your down payment that you have? Well, I got $1,000, right? And they're going to run it, and they're going to look at it, and they're going to say it. We going to tell you that the answer is no, right? But we got Buddy down the street. If you get in your car and you drive a few blocks down, take a left, as Willie Earl car lot, he can do business with you. But unfortunately, our answer is no. And that's where we are at right now, ladies and gentlemen. We are at the stage whereas they look at the report. We would like to say yes, but it's no. The answer is unfortunately no. And some people respectfully decline, but Willie Earl and them will take you, and then you can build your credit up from there. But there's spots in situations where you just don't qualify for. You know what I mean? And that's just the reality of it. Until you build up your background enough and have enough in the kitty, the answer is no. and for the things that you want out of life, you got to prepare yourself for the no. Who out there know and understand? Now I'm talking about KNOW. Who out there know that there will be more NOs, no's in life, right? More no's than yes in life. So that's just the reality of it. And there's no hate. That's just how you got to view things from a perspective of reality. So when I say these things, it's not me beating up people who would love a CJ on his team. And could there be a situation and a possibility that the Cowboys draft CJ? Yeah, from here to now. You know, a lot of things can happen in CJ. He can find some stuff. You know, my guy Voch Lombardi, he came up with this saying, gun under the seat guy, right? He could have a gun under the seat, right? He can end up having a DUI. We're not wishing this on the young kid, right? That can hurt his draft stock. And he can get busted right at the combine for having that stuff inside of his system, right? And then all of a sudden, FBI, open up! You know, I mean, somebody can, poison him and do all of those things. And then all of a sudden, with the 26th pick, the Dallas Cowboys select C.J. Stroud. You know what I'm saying? That literally can happen, right? Between now and draft day. What day is draft day, y'all? What day is draft day? That can literally happen, though, right? And then y'all be like, Law, you was wrong, Law. You know you was wrong, Law. I told you we drafted C.J. Stroud. I told you. Or Bryce Young, I told you, Law. April the 28th. But what are the odds of that happening? That's really slim. It's equivalent to being really slim of the Cowboys in order to move from the 26th pick down to the first, second, or third pick. It's going to cost you. It's going to cost you at least 3 first rounds, a second, and conditions. It's going to cost you that, and trust and believe, even if CJ is caught with gun under the seat, a little bag of that good stuff, and anything else, maybe kidnap somebody, I don't know. And I'm not wishing that on anybody. There still would be teams looking at his tape saying, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and still take CJ right now, Oh my gosh, man, that's the reality of it, y'all. I wish it can be something else, but that's the only way I can foresee us taking said person. Now, far as let's talk about this right here. I got this one right here. A shout out to everybody. This is at my screen right here. I got Aaron Rodgers. All right, so and the only reason why I'm picking and pulling up this stuff is because I got a chat box full of my DMs of people saying that we should get this guy, Aaron Rodgers, or CJ or Bryce Young. We should listen to some reports of the clickbait news or the click news area, because that's what people want you to do. They want you to click on these things. All right, so if you're in the chat and if you want Aaron Rodgers, just put 12 in the chat. Just let me see 12. Let me see 12. I need to see 12. I need to see it. Appreciate y'all so much, man, for tuning in. Yes, indeed. I know I normally don't go live around this time, but I need to know, because maybe there's just only a few people, man. All right, I got somebody, all right. D and L's. That D.I. DL's life. Lee life, yeah. F12, that's funny, I love that one. John May, he won 12. Sister, surround 12. Okay. Whoa, I may be the minority in here, man. Oh my gosh, Manning says F12. Manning. All right, somebody put 2 in there. Kenyatta Adams says 12. Okay. TLS says F4. Maybe that don't sound right. It don't sound right, man. All right. So, Ewing, Brenda says, yeah, 12. So, All right, so there's enough people to entertain this. Okay, all right. Are you not entertained? Is this not why you're here? But before I hit that,
stop the cap. Stop the cap right now.
let me just say this right quick. Oh my, I didn't know all of y'all like 12 that much.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Yes, indeed. All right. Man, I love y'all, man. I go 2 days without going live, and everybody losing their mind. All right, so let me talk about this right quick. I didn't know that many people wanted 12 over here. All right, so here's my thing. $50 million, okay? All right, and he's the best quarterback known to man in these last 15 years, minus Pat Mahomes, and then, of course, Tom Brady. So everybody majority of the people love the Aaron Rodgers. At what point would you benefit the Green Bay Packers? Because you would have to give the Packers 2 first-round draft picks. You would have to then in return have some type of concessions of this right here. You will have to extend or pick up Aaron Rodgers' contract. And we seen what Aaron Rodgers looked like without the Devontae Adams, right? And we seen what he looked like last year because they still had Aaron Jones, right? Who they just extended, by the way, for that big payday for him and to absorb some of that $16 million. Now, granted, the last 2 teams that we played in and lost to in the playoff, all 3 got something in common. Green Bay just can't beat the 49ers, nor can the Cowboys beat the 49ers. But in every time the Cowboys versus the 49ers, and I know that this will hit some people in a sensitive spot for those who are in love with the Aaron Rodgers, the gold jacket man.
Emotional damage.
Yeah, they get emotional when I say this. What if I told you, like Ripley's Believe It or Not, that Dak Prescott, in his last 2 visits versus the 49ers in the playoff, outperformed
emotional damage
Aaron Rodgers? For some reason, the Niners been the Achilles heel for Aaron Rodgers. And matter of fact, even Aaron Rodgers at home had the number 1 seed throughout the playoffs. On top of that, MVP Aaron Rodgers couldn't put up north of 10 points. He couldn't do that. And our expectations are that, hey, Dak Prescott should do better.
Emotional damage.
So it's news circulating that when you are on a team, not everyone's lying. And I'm not trying to beat up Aaron Rodgers. I'm not trying to do that at all. The truth and the fact of the matter, the last time he lifted up a Lombardi trophy was when Mike McCarthy was calling the plays over there in Green Bay land. So that is another thing. This will be our first time seeing Mike McCarthy calling plays over here. Hopefully, we won't pull up the stop routes and the option routes. On 2nd and 2, we won't have the quarterback dropping back and throwing it into the traffic. Now, granted, that was on Dak. Dak blew that game, if those who want to have that argument. But at the end of the day, it still seems like lean forward.
Emotional damage.
I don't know, man. Here we go. Law, if we get Rodgers, we still won't get past San Francisco. This is Spencer, Texas, Jr., and he's speaking like, hey, it's a situation that the Niners been the Achilles heel for us, man. All right. So before the Niners, I think it was the Green Bay, right? Right. Green Bay, So you just get the Green Bay guys. And then we get the Green Bay and the 49ers guys. We may go to the Super Bowl, right? I'm just playing. But I get it. We're going to have to live with what we got. Why? Because of the contract that Dak Prescott got. And it's not me beating up Dak Prescott, but primarily it's the front office who write out the contracts. And unfortunately, let's get back with this. All right, and the other hype news before I go further into this, Bijan Robinson with the – here we go. With the 26th pick, the Dallas Cowboys select Hook'em, Texas Longhorns, Bijan Robinson. Would y'all want that? Let me see that in the chat before we go into this audio from 105.3 The Fan. Do y'all want Robinson here? Because I'm looking at this class of running backs, and what I'm going to say here is, I truly believe, because people been shanking me with the butter knife all this weekend, and all I'm saying, we literally got the same points here. All I'm saying is that if you're going to move on from Ezekiel Elliott, just make sure you replenish, right? And understand that, hey, Tony Pollard coming off of a injury. It's the same expectations that we had for Michael Gallup. Now, I know those two are two different type of injuries, ACL versus an ankle, fibula, what have you, breaking of the bone is two different injuries, but it's still an injury. And we don't know how to judge the mind. So what I'm saying is, just be careful what you wish for. Law, he's trash, man. Anybody can do what Zeke did. And only 3 other running backs last season did what he was able to do with 12 touchdowns, right? Only 3 other running backs. If you guys can find it, put it in the chat box. Not many other running backs. Jamal Williams is one of them. So that's just as a cheat note right quick. But not many running backs can give you 12 touchdowns in the red zone, money zone, green zone. If so, then he wouldn't have been 3 other running backs with only more. But what I'm saying is, hear me out, ladies and gentlemen. We can't say that Kellen Moore held Dak Prescott back and the wide receiver back, but he pushed the running back forward. We can't do that. We can't have that straw man's argument. We can't be in the situation where it's, hey, Kellen Moore is trash, man, but he was brilliant for Ezekiel Elliott. Hey, Kellen Moore, great plays with Crayolas, y'all. But he was brilliant for Zeke. Come on, man. We can't be that. We can't be like that, y'all. So if Kellen Moore, as a quarterback guy, right, can barely find plays for wide receivers, what do you think he would have been able to do for the running game? So what I'm saying is, there's plethora of running backs in this draft. You don't have to get a running back in the first, second, nor third, but you just got to make sure you do your homework enough to find that running back. And on top of that, here's my thing is with this right here. Let me see if I can build it up right quick. And boom, here we go. I mean, I do have Robinson as a tier 1 running back. I got Sean Tucker. I got Gibbs. I got Sean. If it's touching, it's like that between Sean Tucker and Gibbs. Depending on which system they go to, I would take Gibbs a little bit higher. It's just depending, right? And then Zach Charbonnet. I got him just depending on what you're looking for. And all of this is predicated upon with what the Cowboys do in the free agency. And one of the things that we got to contextualize this right here too, Cowboy Nation, is that we can't go into this mindset of thinking that should be the order. No, no way. Because the free agency is going to change a lot of things as far as your wants and needs. And on top of that, what the Cowboys are going to do down the line as it relates to these contract extensions. Let's listen to this audio right quick.
I can already hear several people listening to us rolling their eyes and getting frustrated because we know Dak Prescott has his fair share of critics around here.
Yeah, hear audio.
But the other one is Dak Prescott. That if they were to give Dak Prescott an extension, that is the way you could free up the most possible money on his deal.
Well, yeah, and listen, you should probably give your quarterback an extension every year, a 3-year extension.
Maybe I don't know about every year, but maybe every 2.
Yeah, and then
because get the benefit of having it cheaper for at least into the second year. If you're doing it every year, you're probably being near the top of the market the whole time. But yeah, get ahead of it.
Right.
Make sure you've got it locked in.
So, like, now that's the question: is do they plan to keep him for? You got to plan to keep the guy. If you're going to give him an extension, you got to plan to keep him for another 6, 7 years, 5 years.
Right.
And I assume they do, but
Stephen Jones told us, told the media when he was out there in Mobile, said that was one of the things they were looking at was an extension for Dak. Here are the ways you can break this up, Chop. You can cut Dak Prescott before June 1st. You go $39 million in the red, almost $40. That's not feasible. That's not an option.
Y'all say it with me. Ooh, baby, baby. You don't want to cut that. You don't want to go that far in the hole, man. I know the Jones family been getting all type of beat ups and these sorts of things, but man, it's not worthy of going that far in the hole. Now, only if the Cowboys back-to-back went 5-12, 5-12. Somebody say, play that sax, baby. Yeah, I got you right now. If the Cowboys went 5-12, 5-12, Dak! We getting too old for this, man. Cut that brother right now. Cut him. I would find a knife. I wouldn't even pull out a butter knife. I'll pull out of a machete. I mean, cut that brother right there. Yeah, that dude right there. That dude that wear number 4. I would be willing to cut Dak Prescott for 39 if we went 5-12, 5-12, or what have you, or just in general. If that was the situation, but it's not. And granted, we went 12-5, 12-5. Now, last season, of course, somebody gonna argue, well, 4 of those games, Law, you can't give that a Dak resume, but you guys get with what I'm saying. That's how y'all felt this year, though. Dak! Don't throw it in the traffic, Dak! That's a pick 6, Dak! Why would you throw it right there, Dak? You can run it for the first down, Dak. Oh, my gosh, right? We get too old for this, Dak. But the reality of it is the Cowboys, we are the most scrutinized team, and we're going to get it left or right regardless. Now, how can we make sure that this team is heading in the right direction? Will be this right here, ladies and gentlemen, of what these boys about to talk about. But before I go any more further, I forgot one important news. Late breaking news, the Washington team got Eric Bieniemy, right? And that offense, in your opinion, before I get to more of the Cowboys content, will that offense, I need to talk to my guy Louis T, be a top 5 offense? Let me see it in the chat. Yes or no? Will the Washington team be a top 5 offense? I forgot to talk about the Washington team. Now they got Jahan Dotson, who I when he was drafted to them, I was heartbroken, man. But They do have Deshaun Watson. They do have Curtis Samuel. They do have Terry McLaurin, who's not scary, but that's his nickname, Scary Terry. Will they be a top 5? They have a Brian Robinson over there, their running back, who got shot up, and the boy was still running. So they got a lot of weapons. And they even got my third cousin twice removed. They still have Thomas over there, right? So maybe 10, not 5. Okay. Right? So sneakily, we've seen what coaching can do. We've seen coaching help the Giants. The Giants went to the playoff this year just by switching out coaching, right? Moving on from Jason Garrett and some guy named Judge over there, right? And so they went from bottom of the division back into the playoff contentions, right? And now we're seeing this is an early shade. Come on, man. This is an early shade at this team, too. Get that bird, y'all. Got him. This is an early shade at them because they lose it out offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, and they got to pay a whole bunch of people over there. They may be from first to worst, y'all start that trend, first to worst Eagles, cry, Eagles, cry. They may go from first to worst, right? I think the Giants going to improve, but they got to pay their quarterback, right? So it's a whole bunch of stuff that's going on around the NFL. But the only team that's kind of consistent by getting rid of our offensive coordinator, we might even be better than what we were last year, Mike McCarthy, call those plays, baby. Yes, indeed. Them boys, baby. Them boys, we them boys, baby. So it could be a situation that we pretty much in good footing right now with Derek Quinn. Levels of consistency is still the unknown with Washington, though. Now, since they got a legitimate good defense, it's hard to run on those boys, and they got a better coach than what they had last year. I heard Scott Turner was their version of Kellen Moore, right? It was their version of Kellen Moore from my guy Louis T. So we will find out all about that. So let's switch back over to the Cowboys conversation. I just wanted to get your thoughts on the Eric Bieniemy. Now, shame on the NFL, too. Shame. Let me give the NFL their shame.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
How dare y'all let the man that won the Super Bowl, the man that was in the Super Bowl, dial up 2 plays. Literally. They went back and they went over and they dissected with a Ginzu blade, right? And said that this was the reason why Eric Bieniemy, here's the reason why they were crafty enough to dial up those plays. And he get a lateral position, and the people that he beat, the offensive coordinator and the defensive coordinator for the opposing team, get head coaching jobs. Let me hit this shame button one more time.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
Come on, man. I don't care how that man interview. He could be going in there and say, I ain't scared of y'all. I'm blanking myself out. You know what I mean? But he could literally be smelling like boo-boo, the fool, right? But you still have to give that man a chance and an opportunity. In the last 5 years, you can literally look back at Eric Bieniemy's resume and look at the Super Bowl, the biggest of the brightest stages of the game. And you can say to yourself, man, that the running back's been in that bag. And this dude, they've been dialing up plays. Shoot. But we'll find out. Now I got to look at Eric Bieniemy twice a year. We do. And Sam did look pretty good the last time we faced him. Let's see how much better he can become. But he's public enemy number one. Yeah, we're going to be beating down good old Bieniemy looking like a bowling ball. We're going to be beating him down. We're going to give him his little praises now. And we recall going all the way back when he played for the Giants, right? He played for the Giants at one point. So we're going to have to really beat that brother up. But we showed him his flowers. But he public Bieniemy number one. Yeah, he's an enemy now. I can't stand Eric Bieniemy. I'm not going to give him no more praises. He's enemy number one. He's a target. I hope that we beat that doggone coloring playbook plays that he put up out there. He's a small, I'm about to get canceled. I'm about to say the other word. But he's a small Shaq lookalike. Yeah. He's a tall, small guy. Let's listen.
You can cut Dak post June 1st. It's literally zero savings. It's $49 million dead money and nothing saved. So that one doesn't make a lot of sense either. You're carrying a huge cap charge over the next 2 years, and then you'd have to pay somebody else to be your quarterback. Those both don't make sense. You trade him before June 1st, you're talking about $9 million in the red. Again, it costs you money to get rid of him instead of saving you anything. Not a feasible one. The only thing where you can get rid of Dak, if that's what you're into, and save money is you trade him post June 1st. You save $31 million. There is nobody that's going to wait for their quarterback to get in the building until June.
No, unless you have to.
Like, unless it's a Deshaun Watson where he's not going to play for 10 weeks or something. But with Dak, no, you're not going to drop him in June and just go, hey, learn the offense here just through training camp, and then go out there and, like, anybody who's making an investment in Dak wants somebody who can play now and play well. So that one's not feasible. So the only two options.
Here's my thing with his. Shout out to you, Linson Franklin. Appreciate you, EB. He do look like Shaq though. Shout out to him, and no shade at Eric Bieniemy until the season kickoff. We gonna be trying to find all type of flaws within the confines of their offense or what have you. My thing is, I agree with everything what Bobby Bell said, and only thing that he left out, the no trade clause. Now, the player can relinquish the no trade clause. They can get rid of it, but it'll be up to the players to do such. And 9 times out of 10, they don't do that unless the waters are very muddy.
So the only two options, Shop, are the restructure that frees up $22.3 million. That's the most you can possibly free up. If you do an extension, you can free up almost $24 million.
So you can do the restructure, free up $22 million. You can extend and free up $24 million. Now, I showed you guys before that if you can wait to the year 2024, right at 2025, the salary cap grows, right? It grew $16 million this past year, right? That's extra. It's like literally, Baby Shaq. Y'all funny. It's like literally you waking up one day, make somebody yawn. Watch the power of the brain. Watch this. Let me know in the chat if you yawn. The power of brainwave, right? You can wake up and then you look at your statement, and just overnight, you gain $16 million. Just overnight, without lifting a finger. That's the power of being in business with the NFL. And yeah, Tim just yawned. Appreciate you. Yeah, making y'all yawn. Appreciate y'all. The snooze on, So that's the power of the NFL right there. You got $16 million just overnight. Just by waking up, you got $16 million. So my thing is, ladies and gentlemen, the next year, 2024, 2025, that number finna double even more because those exciters about to kick in. And the exciters are the $111 billion that Amazon Prime then already paid for in advance. So when people's talking about, hey, Law, let's stop buying merch. Let's stop buying jerseys. And this don't mean nothing to the Jones family. All this on my head don't mean nothing. If Amazon said, hey, let's pull out, no, that would be everything for these owners. $111 billion, y'all. Those are the people that the Jones family don't want boycotting. And the 31 other owners don't want boycotting. But little old us talking about not going to the game. Shoot, they would literally still make money. Why? Because when you go, if you ever been to the Texas Stadium, y'all, it's a tourist attraction. Meaning that if we say, okay, we're not going to the games because the Cowboys can't go win us a Super Bowl. We went 12-5, 12-5. Don't you know the Jets right now wish that they can go 12-5, 12-5, 12-5? You know what I mean? But if you say you boycott not going to the game, not buying merch, that's cool. Because a bookie job and responsibility is to win regardless of the outcome. And the Jones family are like bookies. They win regardless. You think that those Jets fans, that if they playing a home game in Dallas, they won't fill up that stadium in Arlington? Shoot. And other fans will fill up that stadium. You can boycott all you want. They say, boy, we got nice seats. And then there are more casual fans. Then there are the boycott worthy, I'm bleeding silver and blue type of fans. There'll be some casual fans up in there, don't even know what a quarterback's position it is. You know what I'm saying? I asked my lady the other day, I said, man, how many yards does it take for you to get a first down? She was like, I don't know. 3rd and 20, it's first down. I said, man, my lady don't know nothing about football. She's casual. She didn't know when the Cowboys lose, I'm mad for a whole week. For real. But my greatest claim to fame was my wife. She's from San Diego, right? And I had to squeeze. I worked on her for about 1.5 years. I worked on her. And now she's a Cowboys fan, but she just loved those San Diego Chargers, you know what I mean? But I worked her. It took me for 2 years, almost 2 years, to change her and I saved her life, basically. I converted her to silver and blue. It took about 2 years, Shout out to those who understand what I'm talking about. But there are more fans like her. She just go with the flow a little bit. But she, I don't blame her. She root for the Chargers. Great work. See, Kenyatta, yes. I'm doing the Lord's work over here. It took 2 years to convert her almost. Right at 2 years, and let me know if I'm wrong, but it was during the Romo era too. We was going 8-8, 8-8, 8-8. I was like, well, baby, you see how much I like my Cowboys? Don't you know it took a hard conversion rate? She don't even know, but she said, man, whoever the coach is now, he's better than that guy that do all the clapping and spit all the time. He said, whoever our coach is now, he's better than that guy. Yes, indeed. Look, somebody else watching too said, how many years it took you to convert your other half? I got married to one that was already, yeah. Now that's a whole nother. Lockhart says, I converted my husband-in-law, appreciate you. See, Etta, you doing the Lord's will. Yes, indeed. So we making some type of improvements over here. Chargers were the Cowboys of the AFC. Yeah. I feel you. Sheila, Sheila. She said she's still trying. Oh my goodness. Sheila, let me tell you, the best way is to be transparent. Just let him know that you bleed the silver and blue, and you will love it even more if he can too. It's like roses are red, violets are blue. You know what I'm saying? It's just like a rhyme. I'm so in love with the Cowboys. So shall you. You know what I'm saying? Say that to him, Sheila.
Wow.
Without kicking the can down the road the way a restructure would. I think that's why when they look at it, if they were to, their options here with Dak's contract are stand pat. You can do that if you like. I mean, he's got 2 years left on this deal.
Mm-hmm.
There's 4, but it's 2 void years. So he's got 2 years left on his deal.
Yep.
So you either don't touch it, don't get any cap savings, but put yourself in position if you want to move on from him in the future, you can do that. You restructure him and push more money down the road to free up the cash, or you give him an extension and that gives you the most possible money and lessens the burden of how you're spreading the money out into the future. So with that said, it sounds when you lay those things out like the most likely option the Cowboys are going to engage in is they're probably going to work on an extension this offseason.
And you're okay with that?
I'm okay with it. Are you okay with it?
Are y'all okay with it? Because here's the thing. We got to get in front of it before Jalen Hurts get his money. You got to get in front of it before Danny Jones. I heard Danny Jones is looking for $45 million. Jalen Hurts' floor starts at $50 million. Why is this such an important thing? Well, it is such an important thing because if you wait too long, then the price of that extension goes up. Jesse says, what do you do to change her? My fiance is a Saints fan, but love going with me to watch the Cowboys. What's the trick? By the way, Eric B. looks like Earthquake. Yeah. He do look like Earthquake. He do. He like a short earthquake, man. He do. Yes, indeed. It's hard, man. It's hard to change. But by your fiance being a Saints fan, give it about another 2 years because that Saints fan era, Drew Brees, they still remembering that era, right? And it's going to be hard, man, for those Saints fans. Like my mom's a diehard Saints fan, but she was way back, in the days when they wore trash bags. But it's going to be hard, man, to change it. I would say your best opportunity would be this upcoming season and next year, for her changing over and switching sides from the Saints to the Cowboys. Because the Saints finna go under. They're about to go under. They're $60 million over the cap right now, and they don't have a quarterback outside of Jameson, right? And he can't stay healthy. And on top of that, they gonna need some. And they don't even have first round draft pick, don't they? So I appreciate you, Jesse. Just wait till after this year. We'll revisit this conversation and buy her some Cowboy merch too. And then when you buy the Cowboys merch, when we win in that merch, just explain to her, baby. When you wear it, whenever you wear that Rodgers Starback jersey, we win games. Put it on again, start winking your eye. Or buy some. Look, don't buy her. And here's another way you can do it. Buy her some of the legends gear. Don't buy her the current players gear, because 9 times out of 10, the current players tend to let you down just a little bit. So buy her like an Emmett jersey, the Playmaker jersey, the Rodgers Starbuck, if you can find one of those, and just do one of those things. Just don't buy her the current player jersey. That will work too. That's a tip, man. Hey, that's a tip, man. That's free game right there, fam. Yeah. You buy her some old school classics, man. Don't DeMarcus Ware, that's hot right now, Yeah. Buy her some classic stuff, man. That's $1 million worth of game, right there. And depending on which classics too, Jay Novacek, I'll still stay a little bit away from Jason Witten for right now. Just let that sink in for another 3 or 4 years before Jason Witten. When they start talking Hall of Fame and stuff like that, then you can buy Jason Witten merch. But for right now, you may want to stay a little bit away from that. Nah, don't give him no Terrell Owens. That's too many teams he been on. All right, man. What conversation we was on? I forgot. All right, let me just play this audio. That'll get my mind straight. Hit on. Boom. Cliff Harris. Yeah, Cliff Harris, Oh, yeah, if you can find one of those Cliff Harris jerseys, yeah, that'll be dope. A Dez Bryant jersey, just wait a couple of more years and then we can get one of those. All right, let me. Extension. Okay, appreciate y'all.
I mean, you got to free up money somehow. So would you rather restructure it and just maybe have to take a bath a little bit later, or get the same amount of money? And
what kind of money are you talking?
Like, how much money can you free up?
No, on the extension, like per year.
See, that would be the question. There's a limit on how much you can actually sign with the extension, like in terms of how much money you can free up by doing it. Right now, the biggest salaries are Aaron Rodgers at $50 million per year, Russell Wilson $48, Kyler $46. Dak is sitting at $40. I would bet an extension puts him around Kyler.
46.
46.
Ooh.
6 more annually.
I mean, look, if you're going to sync with him, go with it.
It lessens the cap figure. It does. Even
how
though
it does that.
Yeah, even though it's more money, it will lessen the cap figure over the life of the contract.
Then do it, I guess.
So in essence, it would just be. It'd probably be, while it would be less of a yearly drain on you, it would make it harder to get out of it if you wanted to get out next year. So for fans who...
Call my phone, hit my line. Only ones who down for real, down for line. Keep it super thug my way on this side. Keep it super thug my way on this side. Call my phone.
She watched one Saints game a whole year because they were so bad, but always want to go to the Cowboys Stadium to eat popcorn. She only liked the Saints because she liked the city. She from Arkansas. Oh, man, that should be an easy conversion, man. You take her to a few more of those Cowboys games. If you would have taken her to these like last year Cowboy games, because we were like 8-1 at home. Oh, yeah, she would have fell in love with the Cowboys last year. So, see, I don't know where you at, Jesse, but let me know for this upcoming season. Take her to these games, man, the home games. And look, I'm almost like an advocate for the Cowboys now. Jerry, put me on your payroll. I'm telling people to come to the game. But 8-1 this year at home, man. So, I mean, the whole city is different. We had a man riding a horse at Walmart, man, when we win. So, yeah, just take her to a few more games, man. It shouldn't be that hard to convert her over. Oh, but real talk, when you go to the Saints game, shoot, and they win, shoot, that streak is jumping. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm talking about, those hand grenades? Shoot. All right, let me find this phone line. All right, the phone lines will be open. Let's get it going, man. This is Late Night Law, 657-390-7391. It's the hotline for your mind, baby. But everything, when you winning in Dallas, everything, the water tastes better. I mean, the shopping. People say, oh, you want this law? You can have it. It's free, because you're law, So that's just how it goes, man.
There is one other participant in the conference.
You mean to tell me?
Please announce yourself.
I opened the phone lines, and the first person in here is Brandon. Brandon, you the first person in here, man. And it's on the topic of, do you extend Dak or not? So let me see what Brandon have to say. 815, you're live.
Ain't no way I'm extending Dak. No way, no how. Now, if you tell me I'm extending Dak with only the thought of freeing up money, I'm cool with.
Yep.
But after the 2023 season, unless we host the Lombardi, I'm not re-signing him. I know for Dak fans, all y'all care about is him going 12-4. Ooh, let's re-sign him. No, sir, no, thank you. Next, what's the other question?
Well, here's the thing: if you don't extend them, then you dealing with probably $6 or $7 million heading into the 2023 season, because you would have to make a hard cut from Ezekiel Elliott or let's say a Tyron Smith. So that's the only way to get up under that for cap relief is to extend. So are you willing to do that?
Look again. I said I'm willing to extend that.
Let me find my cigarette post right quick. I got to find my cigarette post. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Make sure you do. You got it? Do you got it?
Yeah, I got it, man. You got me smoking late at night, man. Go ahead.
Now, only if we if we extend him, we gonna free up some money. But if you're telling me we're going to extend him with the thought of him playing 2-3 more years down the line, absolutely not. And you was like, well, extend him before Jalen Hurts.
You do.
There is no way Jerry Jones is about to give Dak another big deal. That's laughable. No, sir. That's not going to happen. Again, we do need to free up money, but Look, I'm cool with how they probably gonna do it. They probably gonna extend them. But
yeah, they got to, man, because at this point, Dak Prescott, in your opinion, he's better than Danny Jones, right? You know, right? Yeah. So, well, and is he better than? In your opinion, this is your opinion. You have the floor. You called in. You wanted to speak to me, right? Is he better than Jalen Hurts? In your opinion?
Come on, that's dead. To me, Jalen Hurts is everything Dak fans want Dak to be. The reason why y'all fell in love with Dak is because he used his arms and his legs. He does not use his legs anymore. He does not want to use his legs anymore.
Okay.
No, he is not better. Matter of fact, in 3 years, he got the same amount of playoff wins as Dak Prescott. Keep going.
Okay, so all right, so he's better than Danny, but he's not better than Jalen Hurts. Now, how many degrees is he not better than Jalen? If it's a scale 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, how many degrees he's not better than Jalen Hurts? Is it 9 or is it 5?
I'm gonna answer it this way because I'm gonna put it to you like this. I think Dak is somewhere between 14 to 17 in ranked quarterbacks. I think no doubt Jalen is top 10. I hate the Eagles, but I respect Jalen Hurts. I know some of these Cowboy fans can't differentiate the two. I respect Jalen, hate the Eagles. Jalen is a top 10 quarterback. Dak is not. Dak is middle of the pack. Next question.
Okay, well, hey, that's all I wanted to hear from you. So now when I see Jalen Hurts, now that he got his corns in his bag, we should see the same results. I appreciate you. Well, of course, now the Eagles, they better not go into this season saying, you know what, we're going to put the franchise tag on Hurts. That would be crazy, won't it? Yeah, so I appreciate you for calling in, fam. I really do, man, because now I see the way you see it, you know? But I appreciate you, Brandon. I got one more thing. I need to hear from you, though. I need one more thing. Let me hear you say it, man. Come on, man.
Look. How about them Cowboys? Hey, shout out to Loud Nation because I know they're hinting somewhere there. If y'all fan, they're hinting somewhere there. I don't care what nobody say. I like this Loud Nation. This is a Loud Nation I like.
I appreciate you. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, man. Shout out to the Hennessy drinkers out there. But you guys get with what I'm saying. So even if Hurts is better, which right now, if they want to go with that, because I'm hearing a lot of Eagles fans saying that he's better than Dak Prescott. You know, Also, I'm hearing from small sectors that even Danny Jones is better than Dak Prescott. Well, don't fall back now. They better make sure that they pay those mans 57 to 58 to no, I'm too high. That's too high. 47 to 53 million dollars. They should be paying those boys that amount of money. If that's the case, you know what I'm saying? If that's the case, if they're saying literally, Danny Jones did less with more, he made it to the playoff or what have you, with less weapons. He didn't even have a CD lab, etc. So you should pay that man more than pay Danny Jones. Now, far as Jalen Hurts, since he took his team to the Super Bowl, it wasn't A.J. Brown. It wasn't that elite defense that somehow disappeared in the Super Bowl. It was all because of Jalen Hurts. Then lo and behold, they better pay Jalen Hurts. They better pay him. They better pay him the king's ransom over there. I'm not finna go back and forth with no Eagles fan or any Cowboy fan that said that, yeah, Jalen Hurts is better than Dak Prescott. Well, pay him. Pay him more. You know, that's what I want. They're straight up. Ain't that right, Sean? Me and Sean, if y'all agree with Law, just type in LAW in the chat. Yes, indeed. Pay that man Jalen Hurts until it hurt. Pay Jalen Hurts until it hurt. That's going to be the next saying. Yes, it's hurt season. Look, I need to reach out to my guy, Lord Brunson, and say, it's pay hurt season. You know what I'm saying? Put pay hurt season in front of it. Pay, P-A-Y, Hurts season. Yes, that should be the name of the 2023 season. Pay hurt season. You know, Kelvin from the DC for life, man. Dog, 580, you're live.
Bro, get the shovel out. I'm about to bury your last caller, all right?
Oh, yeah, hold on. Go get my shovel. Go ahead. Talk your talk.
All right, I'm fixing to bury. They talking about Jalen Hurts is better than Dak. All right, okay. Well, there's different factors in that. You want to talk about Dak when he was mobile and everything, and when he wasn't mobile. Well, Kellen Moore hates the run. He ain't gonna make Dak run the ball. He wants Dak to be a pocket quarterback, and he wants him to be a passing quarterback. Dak is a good passing quarterback. Don't get me wrong. But not when it's coming to 45 or more passes, you know. So, you know, Jalen Hurts, he's an okay passing quarterback, but he relies more on his run. And Dak has a good, strong run game because he's a big, physical quarterback, in which we haven't utilized that since he got hurt. And that's our biggest flaw. Mm-hmm. And then, not only that, with Kellen Moore hating the run, and now Zeke and everything has an opportunity to shine and run in the ball. I'm saying have him run the ball because he's a bull, and have Tony Pollard do the whole. He's the speed of the running back.
Okay.
And so you got that, and then you have him do the little short slots and everything. There you go. You know, and then not only that, we need to focus in on this draft to get a speedy wide receiver, and we'll be golden. And then getting another good offensive tackle, and we'll really be good. And, I mean, you can't compare Jalen Hurts to Dak because every time Dak's gone against Jalen Hurts, he's owned him.
Yep, he's undefeated against him, yeah. Yeah, he is.
And so you really can't compare the two. And Dak, I mean, everybody's hating on Dak, and I'm tired of it. Yeah, he had a bad year. Every good player has a bad year.
Yep.
Show me
all good
one
points.
player that has never had a bad year.
I don't know, man. I don't know, man. But it is what it is at this point. And look, we even got hate donation from Eastside Harris and Dak blows. I feel you, fam. But here's the thing. Though, even with all what you just said, the Dallas Cowboys We are the number one most hated team in the National Football League. And there's nothing.
And we always will be.
And we always will be because the hate will find its way at the doorstep of the Cowboys. But to all of that, I just need to see this quarterback. If we go back now, he said 12-5, and we should be happy with that. Well, granted, we haven't done that since the 90s. Now, we did do back-to-back playoff appearance in 06 and 07, but it wasn't by the hands of being 12-5, right? So, or double-digit wins. So, what I'm looking at it now is going into this next year under Mike McCarthy and his new philosophy, we will see the difference between Dak Prescott under center versus Dak Prescott under center with Kellen Moore. And this was what very intriguing for us, man. But now the other teams got to make their payments on their quarterback. Jones, they got to pay Jones. And on top of that, with Jalen Hurts, they got to pay those guys. And already hearing that the Eagles about to lose about 4 to 5 starters. Just because
exactly,
of that.
And that's my other point. You know, they're going to lose a bunch of their starters. Yeah, we're going to lose some of ours, but some of them aren't as like big of a loss as the Eagles. I mean,
no doubt.
But I mean, I'd rather trust Mike McCarthy than Kellen Moore any day of the week.
No doubt, man.
Call.
You got a good philosophy there, man. I appreciate you, Kevin. Let me hear you say one more thing before I let you roll, fam.
How about them motherfucking Cowboys?
How about them, man? Appreciate you, man. Thank you. That's Kelvin, D.C. for life. And he got it tatted on his arm and everything, man, on his hands. Shout out to Kelvin, man. Yeah, how about the Cowboys? But everything is around this. All right, so the conversation line is brought to you by Mint Mobile. Yes, you know what I'm saying? 657 390-7391. That's the hotline for your mind, brought to you by Mint Mobile. I'm going to have my graphics team I don't have a graphics team. I am the graphics team, but I'm telling y'all in advance. So when I do the phone call-in segment, I'm going to put me in a box right here, and I'm going to have a Mint Mobile phone over there. And shout out to those boys for providing this episode for today. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Boost Mobile, y'all holler at your boy. You know what I'm saying? Because I got Mint Mobile over here. And Boost Mobile, man, look, I'm taking all sponsors, man. Shout out to Mint Mobile. They taking real good care of me. You see, only law can call out the competitors, you know, while we live, you know? Mint Mobile, like, all right, you going to call out the competitors right now? You know, it's supposed to be all segment. Well, you already know how law do it, you know. LT from DC from the 202. You're live, fam. LT.
Hello?
Oh, okay.
Yo, what's up,
making
man?
sure,
I didn't
man.
even know I was on. Look, I don't even want to respond to Brandon, man. The last caller did that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Now that everybody's saying Daniel Jones is going to get franchised, should we go after Saquon Barkley? If what they're saying is true about Ezekiel Elliott cutting him and possibly not knowing what we're going to do with TP?
Boy.
I hate to say it. I'm the L Twine 7 man, so I bleed blue and white all day. That's including Penn State. So I would love to have him on our team.
Oh yeah.
But I know it's friction. And then you got to think about who's going to be the goal line runner too. So I had that in my head. I was like, let me say something to him. I wanted to call in. So that was what I had in my mind, you know. Well.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. They are torn. You know, like Giants fans are torn. Like they're saying the reason why they were a playoff team is because Saquon Barkley, right? And then there's a small fan base and no, you need to pay the quarterback, right? So it's the same thing. Like we had the argument back in 18 and 19. Yeah. Like fans were saying that, hey, the reason why Dak is any good is because of Ezekiel Elliott. And then there was the fans that were saying that, you got to pay the quarterback. And the Cowboys ultimately went with paying the quarterback last, right? They paid Zeke first. Mm-hmm. So that would be the same argument. I'm with the belief, man. If you bring Saquon in, that means you're getting rid of Zeke and you're getting rid of Tony Pollard, right? And then you're going into the draft. Maybe you draft Zach Charbonnet. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that's like somebody that can flow off of Saquon. You don't want to really do a Gibbs and Saquon because they're not similar, but you know their run technique or what have you would be in the same wheelhouse. I guess you can look at it from there. And then you had to pay Saquon top money, right? You're gonna have to pay him top money, which we don't really all banging on the table for a second contract running back.
Yeah, but I mean, if the market is set for the running back, would he get maybe a couple million more than what TP will get if we franchise tag him?
That is a conversation there. Would you let me see what the comments, because either or they could be burying you right now or they could be agreeing with you right now. Let me look and see let me see what the flow is right now. Let's see what the people are saying right now. I'd rather go with defense. Yeah, I feel you. They got a lot of question marks. Not many people.
Because I'm Durham Deron Payne advocate. We need a DT. We need a DT to lower the snaps and the heartache that our outside rushers are getting. That's the only reason why I say we need DT. But if we can get a running back that caliber, hey, why not?
I would rather by this draft being a large draft for the running backs, right? It's an all-time height for the running back. It's still the area of the unknown. I would prefer to lean on what my guy said over here. Emmett says he'd keep both running backs, Tony Pollard and Zeke, and then just go into the draft and draft the guy. But you saying get rid of Tony Pollard and Zeke and just pick up Saquon Barkley. Is that correct? I just want to make sure. Is that correct?
I don't want to fix my mouth to say get rid of.
Get rid of. Yeah,
right
you know what I'm saying?
We ain't even thinking about getting rid of TP because he already gone unless we restructure him. The thing is, are we getting rid of Zeke?
And it's a situation where it's a wait and see. It's too soon to say. Dog, man. LT, man, you got me today, man.
Do you think Zeke is better than Tony? I mean, do you think Zeke is better than Saquon?
Oh my gosh, man! You got me in that damn blizzard that we making from Dairy Queen.
Guys that was like, man, don't draft Zeke. Get a defender. Get you know what I'm saying? Get a lineman. Get a defender. Get Jalen Ramsey.
Hey,
you know
LT.
And then if it don't work out, come back and get Saquon the next year.
Do they have a Dairy Queen where you at? Do they have a Dairy Queen where you at?
Yeah, we got a couple. I live in D.C., man.
Oh, you live in D.C.? Well, back in the days, they let you pick the Reese's. They let you pick the Oreos. They let you pick all the Butterfingers, and you can put it in a blizzard and just blend it, right? You got me in one of those things, man. I'm in a blizzard. I'm in one of them Dairy Queen blizzards right now. You putting too much ahead on me right now with this conversation. It's so many variables, man. Saquon this last season, I can literally look back and I can say Saquon put the team on his back. For sure. I think Saquon is a Giants guy. If the Giants are smart, they'll figure out a way to keep Saquon and in Jones or what have you for them. But if Saquon is cheaper than the franchise tag for Tony Pollard, then the Cowboys better make some wise decisions. I don't like the mindset of the franchise tag because it's like one of those payday loans. So what I would say is, if you can hold out as much as possible until the draft draft you a guy, and then we'll circle back at this running back situation, because we deserve to see Ezekiel Elliott under this team without Kellen Moore calling the plays. That's my thoughts on this.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I said it multiple times, so I agree with that for sure.
Yeah, but I'm gonna poll the audience, man, and see what they say.
See what they say,
Who
man.
would they rather have, Tony
just...
Pollard or Saquon Barkley? You know.
Right,
but I appreciate you, fam. I got one more thing I need to hear from you, man. Are you ready? Let me hear you say it.
How about them Cowboys all day, all night? As my man say, never look down because the sky's up, and you always listen to nothing but the best. Big time law. I love you, bro.
Much love to you, fam. He put me in the Dairy Queen blizzard, man. Them things used to go hard back in the days, man. Before everything became synthetic and fake. But back in the days when food was real, shoot, that Dairy Queen blizzard used to be the truth. Now all the foods, man, these fast food restaurants not real anymore. Meat ain't really meat, you know. You come back 3-4 years later, you know, you growing an extra spleen and stuff like that. But back in the days when food was real, Dairy Queen used to have the best blizzards, man. You can hold that joker upside down and it won't fall out. Who remember that? Now you probably hold a blizzard upside down, that thing gonna be all over your shoes and everything. Yes, indeed. Kenyatta said, "Go vegan." Yeah. Y'all go vegan over there. I can't tell y'all what to do. According to Facebook, you know, disclaimer. You guys know how it goes. We got another super chat. I thank y'all so much. Eastside Harold, man, appreciate you. I just left Houston area, left downtown. Houston area, and one thing I can tell y'all in the Houston area, appreciate you, East Side. Work on y'all roads, man. I thought I hit a homeless man. It ended up being a pothole. So y'all work on your roads down in Houston. See, Dallas roads, you know, all of the money that we put out there, man, we got some smooth roads, man. But Houston, I said, man, where am I? Did the Astro actually hit Houston area? I mean, come on. Y'all need to work on them potholes. How you going to, look, Eastside, how you going to have a pothole on the highway, man, on 610? How you going to have that? How you going to have a pothole on the highway, man? Work on your roads down there in Houston, you know? Yes, indeed. All right, man, I got a super chat from my guy DC for life, man. Look, if we pay the extension of what his agent wants is $46 a year, he still won't be the highest paid quarterback in the NFL. And we'll be getting him for a steal. Go Cowboys, DC for life. No doubt, man. Yes, indeed, bro. Yeah. Barkley stay hurt too. Miko says that. Yeah. Let's go to the Mint Mobile hotline next. We have. She must Stargazer. What happened? You was next, but you go. But shout out to Stargazer. So we gonna have my guy from the 409. What's on your mind? Shift, you're live.
What's good, Law?
Nothing to it, man.
Man, people. I guess with the salary cap, I think the Cowboys are in prime position because the guys you're paying, like Zach Martin, I mean not Zach really, but Zeke, D-Law, Gallup, and Tyron, you can either get some money saved right now, or in the future, you know, you'll be able to get out of that money. Like I was telling Boss last night, they just got to get out the habit of paying guys and putting them in contracts that they know they can't honor down the line. You know. You can't.
Oh, I see what you're saying. When you pay a person, man, make sure the contract is both sides, right?
I mean, if you like with the things that you own, boss, right? And when you got to pay somebody, you gonna pay them for skills that they can come up with right now, or you gonna try to save money knowing that their skills gonna diminish in the future. So where when they working for you in the future, you're gonna be overpaying them, and that's what the Cowboys tend to do, man, and to just tend to, oh man, we'll just cut them and we'll just have a little dead money. But all that adds up. You know, it all just kind of adds up. And I understand, like, you can shift and move money around. But, you know, I remember the 2009, 10, 11-ish, you know, and they start shifting everything down to the line and pushing money back to where they ain't have any more moves to make, you know. like you can always restructure the cap and remix it, right? But to an extent, because if not, everybody be doing it right now,
The only thing is the Cowboys announcing the money situation too soon, right? And I think that the Cowboys need to have another tactic because they like to negotiate their contracts out in public.
I think also,
go ahead.
One of the things that goes kind of unsaid is the fact that I think a lot of people just don't like to do business with Jerry. You know what I'm saying? Like, he gets talked about a lot. He's always, he's like the golden boy owner of the NFL, and he's the type that I feel like, his constituents, they'll shake his hand and be like, "Oh, Jerry, you done so much for the game," but behind closed doors, it's like,
Jerry, I mean, jealousy leads to envy, and then of course envy leads to murder. But Jerry Jones in a contract situation and trades, he's been getting murked and murdered because nobody wants somebody to rub it in the face, right? Like the Herschel Walker trade. It was rubbed in the face of all owners for all of those years, and then it did it. Then the Cowboys did it again just a few years back when we traded for Amari Cooper. Remember the Amari Cooper thing? The Amari Cooper trade. What was a situation whereas the son of Jerry was saying, "Hey man, we got to steal. We're gonna rub it in the face of the Raiders organization when we would just play his highlights, when it was time for us to draft, right?" So we are we take a lot of pride with this team with our trade situation, and it come back to bite us when we can just be, I guess, practice our discretions a little bit better, in my opinion.
I mean, I think extending Dak will be. I mean, that's perfect, man. I mean, as far as like Dak and comparing Hurts, like we got to see Hurts because at the end of the day, old boy was talking about, oh well, y'all got Dak because what he can do with his legs. Dak ain't never run close to 139 attempts on a year.
Right.
Dak ain't never put up running back numbers. So, I mean, go ahead with Hurts, but you already got the Eagles already had about 8 guys getting paid more than what our franchise quarterback plus the top contracts I just talked about, right?
Right.
And they got A.J. Brown, Lane Johnson. You had all these top guys, my lot of Goddard, Slade, Reddick, and Sweat. You had all their APYs up. It's like over $120 million. And they ain't paid a franchise quarterback yet. So you mean to tell me you about to drop another $50 million? Like, I just trying to figure it out. Laura Brunson was talking about them getting we got to get Gardner Johnson. We got to get Kelsey. We got to get Hargrave. Cool. But Kelsey and Hargrave going for $20 million. Gardner Johnson, the top safety, going for $20 million. Kelsey going for about $11-12 million. So where y'all going to get all this money plus the $50 y'all got to pay Jalen Hurts?
Yep.
So, salary cap, the Eagles pull it off. Like, Steven and them, they gotta show me how this works.
No doubt, man. D-Shift, man. I always appreciate you for calling in, fam.
Appreciate it, bro.
No doubt, man. Good call from him. It's a situation, man. We talk about the money. The money clouds everything. Yeah, Kelsey is about to retire just from Bigelow. Appreciate you. I know how to pay Jerry. Yeah, see, the thing is with Jerry, like the news about the Cowboys wanting to extend Dak Prescott, that shouldn't even been brought up. It should have been a mystique. You know what I'm saying? It should have been a mystery. It should have been something that we held like our cards to our chest.
Lao Tzu says, free from desire, you realize the mystery. Caught in desire, you see only the manifestation.
Yeah, you should have been caught in that desire, man. Trey from the 901, you're live.
The conference has been locked.
Hey, how everyone doing?
Oh, he's been doing well.
I'm sitting here laughing because, again, I hate to keep bringing up Mr. Brandon. But, Brandon, if you don't stop your stuff, you better. You are the only, well, no, you're not. It's a whole lot of y'all out there. And this is why Stephen A. talk bad about our fan base. It ain't about the Cowboys because he really is a Cowboy fan, what people really don't realize. It is the fan base. It's like if it's left up to y'all, y'all will go get every great player on 32 teams to come and fit on our team to replace them. And guess what? they probably wouldn't even go 8-8. You want to sit up and say Dak Prescott is a number 16, number 12, number 10 quarterback? No, boo. Dak Prescott is a number 5 quarterback of these 32 teams that we got right now. He had a bad year. He did. He had a bad year. He threw a lot of interceptions. But when you take all them interceptions away, Dak did great this year. I don't care what none of y'all say. And when you get through talking about Zeke is a monster. Switch out him with Saquon Barkley, knowing Saquon is an accident prone. When time you walk out on the field and break your own dang on ankle. Don't nobody want no Saquon fat ankles on no Cowboy squad. We don't want that.
The fat ankles.
Fat ankles. That's what he had. And it don't make no sense. If it's left up to these people, y'all would restructure our whole team. And guess what? It still wouldn't turn out right if we had Kellen Moore. Y'all just wait till these Cowboys come out this year with this new people that we got. And they're going to show you who Dak Prescott is. Dak Prescott felt all that stuff when they booed him, when they gave him that award. He felt all that. He know y'all hate on him. But he's still good. And when he come back this year, it's going to make y'all look so pitiful. I don't want to hear Brandon. I don't want to hear none of these naysayers when Dak Prescott show his tail this year, because now he'll be able to. Because Kellen Moore, like the other caller said, Kellen Moore didn't like the running game. We all know that Dak uses his legs.
You know,
Trey, he can do that.
Trey, here's the thing, though. The Cowboys' floor is 12-5 next season. And we can't revisit the conversation with the quarterback until we back into the playoffs and get beyond one playoff game. So it's get difficult as the season go by, because 12-5, and these are high expectations, because 12-5 is considered in Cowboys' aura a horrible year. So we got to win it's Super Bowl or bust. I don't think that even the NFC Championship game, getting there next season, would be considered a success. It's Super Bowl. You got to get to the Super Bowl, and that is the expectation.
That. Yeah. But guess what, though, Law? I get that. And who say we won't get there this year? My whole point of saying what I'm saying to it is, stop sitting up saying that Dak is not good enough to get there, because yes, he is. Y'all putting the whole 17 games on Dak Prescott.
You are 1,000% right, because we just seen a team, and this is how important it is to get the number 1 seed. We seen a team that beat Danny Jones, right?
Yeah.
Right, and then the team that beat the third or the fourth string quarterback for the San Francisco, because they knocked Brock Purdy out, and then they put in what's that kid name? They put in that guy, and he wet the bed, and they made it to the Super Bowl. So it's not that difficult to do, and we were a few plays away, just like my guy. What's his name? Parsons. Yeah, just like my guy Parsons said. You know, we a few plays away, a few players away. So let's see what we can do this offseason to get back to good graces.
And I just feel like when the Cowboys rearrange the team, put people where they supposed to be, use people as they supposed to be used, watch this team next year. We was already there this year. It's just I don't know how it crumbled. I don't know what went wrong. But guarantee you, with this new person coming in, they got to prove a point. They got to prove the reason why we got rid of Kellen Moore is because of this, and they're going to show that. Mike McCarthy going to do what he's supposed to do, and it's going to be a brand new team, I'm telling y'all. So I just want everybody to back up off of Dak. Y'all leave him alone.
Leave that man. Hey, in the words of Trey, leave that man alone. Let me hear. I got one more thing I need to hear from you. Let me hear it. Say it.
How about them Cowboys, and y'all back up off my Dak, baby?
Yes,
let's go, man of the year.
Back off, man of the year. Yes, indeed, man of the year. Man of the year. Yeah. So let me see M-O-Y in the chat. Man of the year. You know, let me see M-O-Y. So he's the man of the year. Leave him alone, y'all. Leave him alone. All right, I got 618, then I got 540. Y'all hold tight. And this line is brought to you by Mint Mobile. Check out the link that's in the description box for Mint Mobile, your perfect mobile phone solution. You can utilize Mint Mobile promo code LAW, and you can get some discounts and things like that from Mint Mobile, MOY. Shout out to you. I got a super chat from my guy, DC for Life. Says, if we don't extend Dak and go ahead and give Jerry Jones that sleep number bed, because all he's going to do is be something but dreaming about the next Super Bowl. Like always, we are only a few players away. Only a few players away, and I feel what my guy DC for Life is saying, and this is also brought to you by DC for Life. You know, I appreciate him so much for his support and love and adulations. Yeah, right. Let's go. We got, and I locked the phone lines up, by the way. So if you want to call back in, let me know in the chat. But in the meantime, in the between time, 618, you're live. Talk to me.
Hey, what's up, Law?
Nothing to it.
I want to stop with this. Jalen Hurts is better than Dak. When Dak.
The conference has been unlocked.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Than Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is an A.J. Brown, a top 5 offensive line. Granted, Dak has had a top 5 offensive line probably to 2016, 2019-ish. I'm trying to remember. But Jerry has messed up Dak's career just like he messed up Romo's career. And you look at Jalen Hurts' stats, passing, he had Dak's rookie year stats.
Yep.
And played horrible teams with a horrible team in the Giants and a great team in the 49ers, but didn't have a quarterback. All right. If Dak had that competition, let's say Purdy went out, Dak's winning that game, no doubt. But like, you gotta Jerry needs to get weapons around him. He needs to stop being. He's not going to be around for long. Like, he's 80-something years old.
Yeah, he's long in the tooth, man.
He could die at any moment. But instead of him trying to go all in to at least see one more Super Bowl in his lifetime, to have 4 rings, he'd rather, let's prepare for the future. Yeah, let's just prepare for the future. This is we got to get a Super Bowl before Jerry dies, because it's going to get worse with his son running it just by himself. And you also got to think Jalen Hurts is going to get a bag. Who knows what the offense and defense is going to look like? Their offensive coordinator is gone. The defensive coordinator is gone. Who are they going to bring in? For all we know, the next offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator may not fit the system that Jalen Hurts likes to run. Same with the defense. We don't know what the defense is going to be like. There's so many free agents that they have to sign. So many. It's just frustrating.
I know, man. It's one of those things. Christopher, right? Christopher? Chris, yeah, appreciate you, Chris. It's one of those things. Let me save your name in here. But Chris is one of those things, whereas the ceiling, the floor is 12-5 this season, and the ceiling would be, hey, we got to get to the Super Bowl.
Look at this. Look at Kirk Cousins, right? He went to the playoffs, lost to the Giants. Look what he had. Adam Thielen, Justin Jefferson. You put Dak in that Kirk Cousins in the Vikings, he could have blown through the whole playoffs and won the Super Bowl with the weapons that they have on offense. Granted, the defense is a little iffy, right? But Dak had played with bad defense majority of his career and has gotten big wins out of it.
No doubt, Chris. I appreciate you so much for calling in. One more point before you go.
One point. So Hargrave, if he's a free agent and they don't sign him, or Bradbury, do you think they'd be good targets to go after? Granted, granted, Bradbury could be a liability, but Hargrave, he's a beast.
Here's my thoughts with this. I like Bland over Bradbury right now, and I like Bland's ceiling over whatever I've seen out of Bradbury. As far as Hargraves, his money that he's looking for is the same amount of money that Allen is looking for. The guy, the Bama boy down. I mean, not Allen, but Dayron Payne.
Okay.
Yeah. And there's 5 years difference. I'll go with the youth. I'll go with Dayron Payne. I'll pay Dayron Payne over Hargraves.
Right. Well, thank you for having me. Really appreciate it. Keep up the good work. Keep grinding. Love your shows. And how about them Cowboys?
How about them, baby? That's Chris, man. Appreciate him. Yeah, a little reverb at the end, but yeah, give me Dayron Payne versus Javon Hargraves or what have you. Bland is a slot CB, yeah, but still, even give me Dayron Bland, all them Dayron. Give me Dayron Bland over Bradbury. And Bradbury came out saying that he want top 5 CB money or DB money. Nah, man. Y'all just go back and look at Bradbury versus CD Lamb, man. Come on, y'all. Come on, man. Bradbury was cool for what he was able to do, Shout out to the Eagles for taking that good risk on him for one season. And that was a good matchup, too. Good DBs on the outside, compresses everything to the inside and funneled some picks in for C.J. Gardner. But give me some draft guys, man. If it's anybody that I want to get out of this free agency, would be like a Jalen Ramsey or a Marshawn Lattimore or somebody like that, man. I would rather go with someone else outside of Bradbury, Give me one of those guys. All right, so this was Jalen Hurts this past season. He had 460 attempts, 3,701 passing yards, 22 passing touchdowns to 6 interceptions. All right, and this is Dak Prescott rookie season, 459 attempts and 3,667 yards, passing touchdowns 23 to 4 interceptions. So, to his point there, pretty much similar as far as from a passing additive. Now, I do know people going to bring up, well, what about the rushing attempts and rushing touchdowns and these sorts of things? Yes, I think he had, about 10 or 11 rushing touchdowns. But if you're talking about the game from within the mindset of what he did from a passing number, man, they are strikingly similar. And on top of that, I truly believe in 2016, what they did with Dak Prescott, they put him in an actual system. They reached out to, from what I heard, they reached out to his team back in Mississippi State and whoever that guy is or what have you. They reached out to the quarterback there, coach, and also they reached out to the head coach there. I forgot his name at the tip of my tongue. And they incorporated some of the things that he did well at. And he did pretty good in 2016. The problem was the football game became political. And I know I'm going to sound like an apologist. Show the rushing stats. No, we talk about quarterbacks. See, every time, Let me see what he did from a rushing number. He had, let's see. See, they don't even break it down here. They don't even break it down. Rushing, he had 453 snaps, design runs, 123, 13 total touchdowns and rushing. If you want to be fair to Jalen Hurts, I don't know if you guys can see that all the way down here. But let me see what Dak Prescott did. He had 6 more rushing touchdowns. So as a rookie, you got to add that up. But whenever we started these negotiations, no one, you see, here's how the argument goes before I get into this other conversation with it. No one brought up the rushing touchdowns in 2016, 17, and 18, right? No one brought up, I think he had like 26 touchdowns, when it was time to start negotiating his pay. No one brought that up. People were saying, hey, Dak Prescott, can he throw the ball, right? That used to be the argument. And my whole counterpoint far as the argument with Dak Prescott heading into 2017, it became a political one because everybody's saying, yeah, Dak is cool and all. He breaking all of these records with less interceptions. And the whole argument from the 4-ladder to 3-ladder network was Dink and Dak for one. Can he do it without the offensive line too? And can he do it without Ezekiel Elliott? They actually suspended Ezekiel Elliott in the year of 2017. What he allegedly did in 2015. Let that sink in. There's no one on this planet that can out-debate me with that. There's not a single mug shot that you can find of Dak. Well, you can find of Dak, but you can't find of Ezekiel Elliott, and they suspended that brother 6 games, coming off the fact that even the lady said, the investigator that they hired said, I see no fault in Ezekiel Elliott. And if you guys look at Ezekiel Elliott rookie year photo and you look at Ezekiel Elliott from that year, he never been the same from even an image portray. You know what I'm saying? The brother looked like, man, they done got and spooked him. I wish if the world was the real world, right? If they'd have left Ezekiel Elliott alone, we don't know what the Cowboys could have done in 2017. Zeke missed 6 games. The Cowboys went 9-7. I can literally have a debate to say that Ezekiel Elliott would have been at least a +2 win in that game, in that year. But that's a story of another day. But people will have the Mandela effect, and they would say that, hey, Zeke always been that Zeke, and Zeke is trash, blah, blah, blah. And if you look at Zeke's first 88 games, his number blows Barry Sanders' numbers out of the water. His number blows Terrell Davis out of the water. His numbers blows, what's the guy that played for the Colts? Edgerrin James, his number will blow all of those boys out of the waters. And they sullied and they denigrated Ezekiel Elliott out of those 6 games. It's just the uncomfortable truth. The NFL have their hands too much into it. But I've literally seen Tyreek Hill get arrested for punching his, at the time, fiance or baby mama in the belly while she was still pregnant with child. I've literally seen Joe Mixon slam and punch upon the head of a lady. You know what I'm saying? And those boys never miss games in the National Football League, right? On visible tape evidence of them doing something egregious, and you don't even find tape of Ezekiel Elliott outside of him being young on a Mardi Gras parade, pulling the tops down and showing some lady tata. That was the most egregious thing he done did. But that's a story of another day. And I'm quite sure that somebody watching this video right now, Kareem Hunt too, right? Kareem Hunt did something that just as egregious, and they suspended him though. I think they did. But it is what it is. I got the 540. You're live.
What's up, Law, man?
Nothing to it, Chief. Talk to me, man.
Thank you for what you do, man. I've been a follower of you for a little minute. And
appreciate it, man.
You inspired me to the point I'm getting ready. I might be starting my own podcast. But
let's get it, man. Let's do it, man.
We need to pump the brakes, man. Everybody panicking and out the window on Dak and Zeke. That's crazy. Me personally, I don't even think either one of them been able to peak yet because of Kellen Moore. We had a liquor store clerk as the offensive coordinator. And, I mean, like he couldn't draw nothing up.
Right.
Nothing. We got Mike McCarthy who will be calling the plays, but we have a capable offensive coordinator. With that and Dan Quinn, extend Dak, extend Zeke, shit. Excuse my language. I'd extend Law too, just to free up some money so we can go get a couple more pieces that we really, really need. Offensive line, that's the main thing. And then we can pick up everything else we need in the draft. I don't see no reason why we can't win a Super Bowl. If we get the right pieces, I don't know why we couldn't repeat. Because we got a hell of a team, man. hella team, just no offensive coordinator. That's been our problem.
Yeah. You got to look at it like this. Yeah, I see some people off the top of my dome. I think D-Law, he counts $26 million against the cap. Zeke is $16 million against the cap, I believe. Who's my guy? Tyron Smith, he's about 17, and Zach Martin is about 19. And then, of course, Dak is 49. So you can literally extend everyone but Dak and then go into the season with Dak Prescott at the whims and go that route, or you can extend Dak and don't extend everyone and go into the season with some more money. Like they said, you can free up about 22 to 24 just with Dak Prescott. I think that the number should be like right at 22, 24. We see what the Eagles were able to do with $22 million. They got everybody with $22 million last season. So, yeah, I agree with what you're saying. But this is going to be the time where you got to roll your sleeves up and do the right thing this offseason. You can't go in without extending folks or restructuring.
Especially with an offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Like, that's my whole thing. We have somebody that's capable of drawing up schemes and plays that can get people open and not just – honestly, our offense looked like a good high school team scheme with Kellen Moore.
Yeah, it is, man. Here's the thing, though. Here's my thoughts with all of this. The Cowboys went 12-5, 12-5. That's going to be the floor, regardless of it. Everyone have a reason, but results are what matter. So the Cowboys got to get beyond that, regardless of whether or not Kellen Moore was the offensive coordinator, and now he's gone. So we're going to have to look in this thing.
12-5 with that.
Yeah,
so
we
the
will.
offensive coordinator, I don't see why we couldn't go to the Super Bowl.
My point exactly, man. So this season here, man, we're going to have to figure it out one way or another. What's your name, fam?
Stokes.
Let me save it in here. I got your whole government name up here when you called in, but I didn't want to yell that one out, But I'm going to put A. Stokes up here. You know what I mean? So what's the name? What's the name of your YouTube channel? What is going to be called?
Black Rich Gang Sports, Cowboys Edition.
Black Rich Gang?
Yeah.
Sports, okay. All right, that's a long name. Great results, huh?
Yeah.
I love it, man. When you going to start it off? You going to start it off today, tomorrow? What you waiting on?
I got to get a couple more pieces. I'm waiting on my camera.
Mm-hmm.
I already got everything else. Once I get my camera, I'll be ready to go. I got my Twitter page up. Mostly everything I'm sharing ain't nobody but you, Vach, and everybody else.
Okay.
I'm just sharing y'all stuff.
Okay, I appreciate that. I appreciate the love. This is my tip, man. Start off by doing 3 to 4 minute videos daily. On top of that, and this is free game right now, your shorts, man, people attention spans, they ain't going to sit back and watch 3-4 hour video, right? When you first started. So start off with the algorithm. The algorithm's preaching, do shorts right now. So do 3 to 4 minute videos a day, and then also plug 1 minute video in there one way or another, and then get that going for about a year, and then you'll look back, man, and you'll say, man, I'm at 5,000, I'm at 10,000. Hell, you could be at 50,000. One of those videos might go viral. But you speak your truth, man, and don't water down anything, man, people going to be saying, shoot, that Rich Gang Black Sports, man, shoot, I got to hear him every day, And you can have it their way, Stokes, man. I appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Yes, indeed, man. It's a good call from him. Stokes, man, that's my guy, A. Stokes. And for anybody who want to do content creation, free game over here at Law Nation Sports, man. Check out the link that's in the description box. If you want the same type of equipment that I got, that I use daily, just click that link right there. It's in the description box. Matter of fact, let me pull this one up right quick so that everybody can know where to go to get their information. and stuff at, man. I got an Amazon store, you know, and you can do whatever you want to do, you know what I mean? But this is what I use right there, you know. Let me see. That's the link right there. And it's all the equipment stuff that I got, like headphones, board. I even got the lights that I have in the back right here at the store, keyboard, and the camera. Because I get a lot of people all the time. Man, Lord, what kind of camera? Why your camera wet, man? Why your camera wet, man? Why your camera wet? And this is the camera I use for my live streams right here. And you click on that, and it tell you like all the stuff, the ingredients. Law Nation Sports camera, you know, all what you need right there. And then the headphone, watch the headphone, click on the headphone, tell you all what you need, baby. You know, Audio Technica, you know, that's the brand that supports me. And then as far as lights and stuff, tell you all what you need, man. The old ring light and everything. And it's not expensive, man. Literally $48, $23. And they got 40% off. Y'all heard him click on those lights right there, y'all. Shoot, it's 40% off right now. Shoot. Shout out to Amazon, man. Shoot, Amazon reached out. They said they giving away. Look, they done paid for the NFL $111 billion. Can you imagine if Amazon said, you know what? We believe in Law Nation, man. Out of that $111 billion, man, we going to give Law $1 billion. Shoot, I'll be like this, man. Hey, I don't know if I can receive a Law to hit $1 billion, man. What happened to Law, dog? Oh my gosh, man! Lauder hit $1 billion, man. I don't know if I did. PewDiePie, did he make $1 billion yet? Oh, I need to put the chair link in there. I'm gonna find the chair link and I'm gonna put the chair link in there where you can get the Law Nation. And look, it's gonna be the whole Law Nation kit. It'll be the whole Law Nation kit, man. Hey, man, I want to have the Law Nation kit. I want the same mic, the same chair, and everything. Hey, man, I wonder how Joe Rogan felt when they hit him with the $50 million, though. I wonder what Joe Rogan felt. All right, man, let me hurry up and get these calls. Let me lock it.
The conference has been locked.
Because I'll be here all night talking to y'all. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people in the chat, man. All right, I got MJ, then I got Rico, then I got my guy 100 grand. That's going to be the order right here for the plan. MJ, what's good, man?
What up, Law Nation? What's up, family?
Man, all good, man. The Law Nation starter kit, baby.
Yes, sir. The Law Nation starter kit. You know, my boy want me to do a show, but I can't tell you the name. I tell you private because there's people steal my name. So
okay.
It's cold-blooded. It's cold-blooded, too. They've been trying to get me to do it for a long time. But I'm like, no, I'm going to wait. So I'm going to probably start next season.
Right.
But, Law, everybody on here, like me and you always talk about, the Cowboy fans, they went to fantasy football too much. Right. They want, remember I tell you, they want Michael Jordan, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Kobe Bryant. They want everybody on their team.
Right.
I'm like.
In their primes, though. In their prime, man. I don't know, though. I don't know, man, MJ. Do you prefer the number 8 Kobe or the number 24 Kobe?
I like both. But number 8, I like that number 8 number itself.
Yeah.
That number 8, Kobe cold-blooded. Kobe's a lion.
A lion.
Everybody was like a lion, the Judah. If he was like that, everybody, boy, had that passion to win. Boy, woo.
But ain't nobody putting the number 45 Jordan down. Who want the 45 Jordan?
Nobody don't want that.
Nobody want the 45 Jordan.
He
Number
got beat by Orlando with that 45 jersey on.
Yeah. Hey, Orlando was going hard though. You know, they just couldn't finish it, man. Yeah.
Hey, my fraternity brother Penny Hardaway put it on him.
Yeah, Penny Hardaway, man. Penny was the man back in the days, man.
Penny was the man. But, like we say, I was telling all the fans, man, the Cowboys, like I say, you don't pay the tight end Schultz, and I'm sorry, Law, you don't pay Wilson. That money goes to number 94 from the Redskins. That's the $20 million right there for him.
Oh yeah. I wouldn't mind. Look, fam. I wouldn't mind at all to a soul for a soul with Donovan Wilson. He's my guy. But if I can get big boy down inside, shoot, they run Payne. Right now, Washington people mad. But every time we mention they run Payne, it pains them. But yeah, man, give me they run Payne. I'll soul for a soul.
That's what you want. You want Ryan Payne, and then like I said, our receivers gonna be good. We're gonna have good receivers with the new terminology on the offensive line and the routes and that West Coast. So they're gonna be dangerous. And you probably pick up one receiver. You gonna bring T.Y. back, and then you gonna probably drop the receiver, one of the fast receivers. You want a speedster because we got all the receivers like Brandon. Everybody's out there to eat. Send me. Somebody gonna blow up. So I'm not worried about that. So I just want that defensive tackle, and then we draft, and we just draft, and then that cornerback out of Maryland, he'll be my pick for the corners because he know how to turn his head. When he go down the field, the Maryland cornerback, he turns his head.
Yeah.
And he run like a 4-4-4-3. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I think the Penn State corner gonna be gone. Because Philadelphia, every time y'all be talking long, Philly fans, the owners, they be listening to y'all, and then they definitely taking that corner from Penn State. So we ain't going to be able to get them.
Porter Jr.? It's a toss-up right now between my number. Like Gonzalez, I think he's going to be gone. But it's a toss-up between, to me, like who's the true number 2 DB. And I know people like Witherspoon, but I look at Cam Smith and Joey Porter Jr., it's going to be hard for me to pass up on.
Have you seen the Maryland cornerback?
Yeah.
I want you to – the Maryland cornerback is cold-blooded, man. He could cover. You know what I'm saying? And he's tackled.
Yeah.
So, and another thing, Cowboy fans, Dak Prescott, I get mad at Dak. I'm supposed to. That's my team. I'm gonna get mad because I know he can play better. So even if you was playing Law and I know you was good, I'm gonna go off on you because I know you can do better. Yep. That's just common sense. But Cowboy fan, that man never started throwing interceptions like that because that stupid Kellen Moore started making that man throw all them interceptions. That ain't that game.
No doubt,
man. Play action quarterback and he precise. And y'all was and Law, we talked about it. Everybody on here was kissing Dak Prescott butt when he threw when he threw just 4 interceptions and he was rising to the top. And everybody, oh man, we can win. And then they turned on him. So I just want to say, if the man do good, I don't want all you fair weather fans. That's why Steven Smith love it. He be talking about the Cowboy fans because they be the one that don't know who they want to go with. They go from. I
appreciate you, MJ.
Hey, one more. Hey, Law. Some of the Cowboy fans might be really Philadelphia fans.
Appreciate you, bro. Thank you for calling in, man.
All right, man.
Hold on, man. Let me hear you say it, man. It's off season now, man. Let me hear you say it.
All I want to say is hit them likes for Law, and how about them Cowboys? Let's get this chip.
Yeah, let's go get it, man. Oh, my gosh, man. All right, man. Common Sense Lab says all of those blaming Dak would have hated him with the Niners in the Super Bowl while we're still waiting. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah. You're right. You're right. But that one, man, it just depended on what team that a player falls upon. Why, as Cowboy fans, do we always put the blame on the QB? He's only one player on the team. He has no control on the blocks and the catchable passes on the wide receivers. Yeah, man, shoot. Super Chat. Appreciate you, DC for life. Appreciate you, man. The quarterback. It's the quarterback's game to blame now, baby. Hey, y'all know how it goes. And, hey, Law Nation starter kit, man. You know what I mean? Y'all be sure. The equipment store, that's what I call it. The link and the information is in the description box, so be sure to check it out if you want your starter kit, man, and package it. And believe it or not, you can order it. This is how fast dope in Amazon is. You can order it now. It'll be at your doorstep by tomorrow. Ain't that something? Paying overall defensive free agency. Yeah, I think that, and my guy right here, it's Y-Man7. It's one of those things where as I look at it, just like this, ladies and gentlemen, we're not saying the Cowboys got to go crazy in the free agency. They got to go X, Y, Z in the free agency. No, just get one or two players in the free agency. You don't have to go sell the form or what have you. D-Shift, Law, speak on the team being 28th in pass blocking. Ooh.
Fatality.
That's the thing that we all can look back at and say, yeah, we were ranked 28th in pass blocking. We changed out 4 out of the 5 guys on that offensive line. And when you do that, you're going to lose ground in some category. This team still didn't look at the flaws and the issues. And when everybody know that you're passing, 9 times out of 10, your pass block win rate is going to be terrible. And we never disguised anything. We never gave them any schemed or plan to combat against this right here. And that's why we were ranked 28th in pass blocking. I don't think that there were other quarterbacks that could get you to where you were at from a number per se, if you really contextualize it. So, yeah, I appreciate you with that one, D-Shift. That's really, really underrated super chat right there. All right, let's move right along. I got 100. Was it Rico first or 100? I think it was Rico, then 100. So let me get Rico in, man. For the 919, what's on your mind, fam?
What's going on, Law?
Nothing to it, Chief. Talk to me, man.
Let me ask you a couple of questions, Law. When Kellen Moore and Dak when Kellen was the offensive coordinator under Dak for the last 2 or 3 years, in your opinion, we had the top scoring offense, number 1 offense, whatever.
Right.
How much you give it to Dak? How much you give it to Kellen?
You see that sound right there? All right, so what we can grade this on is when Dak wasn't here, where the offense ranked, right? The offense then ranked number 1, number 2, number 3, respectfully. In the 4 games, the 5 games that Dak Prescott missed, although we won those games 4 out of 5, the Cowboys' offense were ranked 28th and 29th, right? The 2020 season, if you remove the 4 to 5 games that Dak Prescott played in, the offense were ranked bottom half 26th, 27th in the National Football League. So a part of me wanted to say, give credit to Dak Prescott, but another part of me wanted to say that, both of those guys were peer-to-peer. And I think that Dak Prescott missed out on a good stage of hard coaching. When you get injured, these are the things that need to step up when you are an injured player coming back from an injury. It's your mechanics. And I didn't see anyone say, hey, you got to work on your feet. Hey, you got to work on your progressions. I would need that ball. When a 3-step drop, when that last heel hit, that ball need to come out. So I don't think that Dak Prescott was given that type of coaching, and the whole entire team suffered from that because it goes back to peer-to-peer, friend-to-friend coaching. So both of those guys are joint at the hip, and the good thing about it is now that Kellen Moore and Nussmeier, they both in Chargers land, right? They can start their own regime over there, And now it's Dak Prescott and whoever the quarterback coach will be over here in Brian Schottenheimer regime. We'll see what they can do now.
Okay. Now let me ask you another question.
Talk to me.
Do you agree that a coordinator or a coach, however you want to put it, can draw up good plays, but that don't make them a good offensive coordinator? Because drawing up good plays and then understand and adjusting during the game. What I mean is, I can draw up a game plan for a game for coming up Sunday. But once the game gets going, can I adjust?
Can you adjust?
Whatever the defense coordinator see what after I see what they see what I'm bringing to the table.
Well,
that's what I'm trying to say is you can be a good play caller. I mean, a good play designer, but that'll make you a good play caller.
I mean, that is 1,000% accurate. There's a guy on Instagram called the Lethal Shooter, right? He can shoot anywhere on the court and make shots, but he's not the greatest shooter of all time in the NBA. Just because you shoot doesn't mean that it translates. So I can dial up and draw up great plays within the confines of my chair, but scheming and putting it into work is a whole nother world, right? So what we did was we took a guy that we like a few traits with, like Jason Garrett. You know, if you met Jason Garrett, had a few conversations with him, you'll walk away saying, man, that's a brilliant guy. I mean, I don't think he can lead a pack of ants to a picnic. You know what I'm saying? But it's just one of those things. Whereas if you ever met Jason Garrett in person, you say, hey, man, he got a good aura, he got a good vibe. He's a real good guy, but he's not a head coach, right? In my opinion. And we tried to force that. We tried to make him a head coach. So the same thing with Kellen Moore. I mean, dog, he draw brilliant plays. Real smart guy. But can he put it to scheme? You know, can his scheme be something that can be universal, whereas it don't matter who's in the system, the scheme will work. And we've seen that out of Kyle Shanahan. It don't matter, man. Even with his father, it don't matter. You can put me back there running back. You know, it still should be a constant flow because it's the scheme.
That's right. Okay, now, next question. There's been times when Kellen had called stuff, and we all shake our heads and, man, they knew it. He didn't disguise. All the things you said are very true. But there's been times when stuff been called right, and we went against teams that was talented on the other side of the ball. I'm not talking about the NFC East. I'm talking about good talented teams that have talent and defense coordinators that can readjust. But there's been times where Kellen Moore has called some plays, and Dak hasn't seen the open guy, or Dak missed the throw, or Dak did this.
Yeah.
And we see that, and most time when we see that happen, is usually against teams that are pretty good on big stage games that we either regular season where we want to send a message or the playoffs. And if you look back the last few years, that has happened a lot. Either Dak Kellen Moore calls the wrong stuff at the wrong time, or Dak do miss overthrow, or don't see it at the wrong time.
At the wrong time.
Now, like if you go back and look at the AFC Championship game, once Pollard went down, we came one dimension. I'll put that on Kellen Moore. But it was also times when receivers running wide open, and Dak didn't see it. He didn't go through his position reads like he should have, or he rushed. You know, it's there on film. It's there on film. You can see it. You go back and look at all the 22. You go back and look at some experts. They show it. Then they show things what Kelly did wrong. They show things what Dak did wrong. So what I'm trying to say is, as much as we give credit to Dak, maybe, or Kelly on how the offense rank, how much fault do it break up between them two when they're bad?
Well, it goes back to what I said. You know, it's scheme, man. You got to figure out ways to scheme it, to show it, and also to look at it and say, it don't matter what you do, because in our scheme we do what we do, and we take away your greatness and we maximize ours. We force you to play left-handed. You know, when you're right-handed, and
Good
those
teams
are
gonna
things
do that too.
good, and that's what great teams going to do. Good teams going to do it as well. And the problem is when you get to the final 8 or the top 4, last 4 teams is in the NFL, they're going to sit back and they're going to know your flaws and your tendencies, and that's when I believe your talent level should overcome some of the things that's inefficient. Because if I'm just better than you, I'm just better than you, regardless of what play is called out there, regardless. But we have been issues with that, and hopefully next season we won't see that, Rico. I appreciate you, man. Let me hear one more thing before I let you go, fam.
How much do you? One more thing, I'll let you go.
Go ahead, bro.
How much do you believe in that in the CJ Stroud?
I think that realistically, he won't be available at the 26th pick. That's how much I believe in him. He won't be available for us unless you find a gun under the seat or some something on his person.
I don't believe
arrested.
in it either,
Yeah.
but I do believe that Dallas is looking at a quarterback, and I think Dallas blowing smoke over there to keep the eye from somebody who they really looking at.
No
And I do believe
doubt.
that'd be good for them to bring in a quarterback to push that.
Yeah, every year you
what?
should draft a quarterback if that's the case in a scenario, man.
Yeah, but I'm talking about I wouldn't be surprised if one of them top 4 quarterbacks, and I got an idea who I might have. I ain't gonna call his name. Fall at 26. I think you'll be surprised that they don't pull the trigger on that, because
I mean, if the quarterback that you love more than you like falls into the 20th range and you're at the 26th, then you move up to get him. That's just the reality of it too. So if that is the situation, then the Cowboys must do that. The only problem is that on the Cowboys' resume, they fell in love with Paxton Lynch, and there's a whole list Stephen McGee's of the world.
Every team has missed the draft. I mean, Will McClay has done a great job, but he has missed some. He makes more than he missed, but he missed. So ain't no draft team has draft perfect.
Yeah, but the last time the Cowboys hit on a quarterback, believe it or not, was Dak Prescott in the 4th round. Everybody else they kind of missed on since 1989.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But what I'm trying to get to is when you bring in this next coordinator, Brian, and Mike McCarthy get in here, and we get more weapons, because we had weapons the year before last with when we had Cooper and Wilson. We bring in more weapons, and we bring in a new identity, and we stick to it. And it's kind of sad because now Mike McCarthy got to kind of do it the last second. He kind of got his back against the wall, and that's what I hate about the Joneses. They wait till the last second before they want to do something. And it ain't fair to either Dak or Mike McCarthy. But film don't lie. If we sit here and we bring in this new coordinator, new stuff, and Dak still show some of them tendencies, when is Cowboy fans gonna look and say, okay, maybe Dak has reached his ceiling?
Well, at that point, yeah, I feel what you said, Rico. I appreciate you for calling in, fam, and I'll talk about that a little later. But appreciate you, Rico. Thank you for calling in.
Simple.
Yes, indeed. All right. Y'all didn't want to land that plane at all for me, man. Good call from him, though. Yeah, that could be true. Like, if Dak Prescott shows the same thing that we seen out of Dak Prescott last year, like 15 interceptions again, lead the league in interceptions again, then yeah, all would be valid points. Like I said, 12-5 is still the floor, but we also got to look at it too. And no matter how I say this, people only gonna look at it. Law, you an apologist, Law. It's like we got to look at the 15 INTs and still look at the fact that 5 or 6 of those INTs came off the phalanges of the player at some point or some way, and some rhyme or reason, that all of those interceptions are not created equal. We got to look at it like this. And when we look at the total body of work, the resume itself, Dak Prescott, according to the information that's on his resume, never been a high volume interception guy, right? That would have been a whole nother situation if that every year this dude was throwing 15 or double-digit interceptions, right? So we got to contextualize it from that aspect. I get it, though. I get it. Right now, people are frustrated with the INTs, and that's something that we all have to look at too for the next season. All right, we got another super chat, and let's go. Let's go with this super chat right here. I appreciate you. Folks want to change Dak from dink and dunk to throw downfield all the time. And now he's throwing it in tight spaces, throwing INTs. Let him play his game and stop coaching him incorrectly. Right. There are more quarterbacks that dink and dunk to Super Bowls versus the quarterback that was the guy that didn't dink and dunk, like the Brett Favre was the guy that didn't dink and dunk. But you can all argue that, and I'm not saying that Dak is these dudes, by the way, but Joe Montana, Troy Aikman, as well as you can throw in Tom Brady. They were a dink and dunk quarterback. And occasionally when the defense played those big boxes or what have you, took shots deep. And why? Because of the run game, etc. I'm not calling Dak Prescott in the same class as those boys. But the argument is this right here, ladies and gentlemen. The dink and dunk phrase came from people who never played football. Remember, dink and Dak came from not Chris Collinsworth. What's that guy? Kind of look like Chris Collinsworth. What's this dude name from the volume of? What's this dude name? God dog, his name is the tip of my tongue. What's that guy's name? Sheesh, I'm getting old, y'all. My mind is gone, y'all. I done talked too long. What's his name? Colin Cowherd. That's his name. Yeah. Lord, I'm getting too old for this, man. Colin Cowherd, you know. Colin, how dare you use Dink and Dak? But that's supposed to be West Coast offense, man. Keep everything short and simple. One read one side of the field. If it's not there, you hit them underneath. That's what Dak Prescott was doing in 2016. Colin Cowherd. Him and Chris Collinsworth kind of, well, no, they don't look the same. But they kind of got that same nasally voice. You know how it goes. Let me get on up out of here, man. I got my guy, man. I got people that have been waiting here forever, so I'm going to extend the show just a little bit. 100 grand, man. What's good, man? What's the plan, fam?
Hey, Lord, man, you got to get them herbs up in you, man. I ain't going to say no names or nothing. I don't want them people coming at your door, but you got to get them herbs to help with that brain function, my boy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what it is, man. I need some berries in me, man. I need a whole bunch of stuff, man, And I ain't talking about elderberry, you know what I'm saying? And ginkgo around this mug. Some ginseng with ginkgo infusion, man.
Elderberry good too now.
Elderberry, all of the berries, man.
More stuff than that, man. Come on, Lord. You got to get some herbs up in you, man. You got to get some ashwagandha. You got to get some more stuff. I ain't going to name no more names.
Yeah. Outside of honey goat weed, but I need all of this stuff. Hey, man, been on the road all day, man. Houston area got me all messed up, man. Got potholes, roads just turning into exits and stuff like that. Exit turned into barricades, man. So that's what it was, man.
Hey, man. It be like that, man.
Yeah.
DFW trying to be like New York, man. So you know that expansion, man. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? But, hey, listen, man. Listen here. Everybody talking about they want CJ, right? But CJ, CJ's great. When it's a clean pocket, CJ will tear you apart. We don't have that.
Oh, you talking about CJ Stroud?
That boy.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna crucify that boy. We don't have no clean pocket. He got all the great wide receivers he played with. It's the NFL, fam.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And them windows gonna be tight. It ain't gonna be wide open wide receivers and all this and that. It don't no way, so
man.
Get that out your mind. Get Dak Prescott some weapons, man. We need weapons.
Yeah.
Dak Prescott know the game. He know these defenses. That boy don't know these defenses. That boy frail. He like 215 pounds. 6'2", 215 pounds. He get hit right. Play that sound. Lord's gonna be a flower bringing his some milk.
He needs some milk.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Man, here's the thing, though, man. We look, CJ, Bryce Young, both of those boys. I like what they bring to the table. But for every, Josh Allen and all of those boys is a Josh Rosen, right? What I'm gonna do tomorrow? I'm gonna dig up like all of the scouts and what they were saying about Josh Rosen. Can't hit miss guy. You know what I'm saying? You see this, man? And what was the other guy that played for the Jets? That quarterback. He beat us one year, and they were trying to put him on the map.
I know what you're talking about.
He got traded. See that Ginkgo, man. I need some of that Ginkgo and Elderberry, man. He went over to the. He went to the Carolina Panthers, and they was on him. You know what I mean? When he got traded to the Carolina Panthers, they started off 3-0 until they met the Cowboys. Not Sanchez, not Mark Sanchez. It was the other guy.
No, Mark Sanchez. Come on, man.
Yeah, but during the Romo years, they was like, give me Mark Sanchez over Romo. I remember some of y'all. Yeah. Sam Donaldson. Yeah, you remember him? Hey, put him on a good team, put weapons around him. See, and they were praising him. They was 3-0. They were 3-0, and then they played the Cowboys. And they said, Sam Donald is picked off again. that was just a couple years. That was 2021. Look how far Sam Donald fall from grace. But he was can't hit. You won't miss on Sam Donald, y'all.
Nope. All left, right? Come on, man. I'm surprised y'all not saying. You see what bid the new shit? You see what bid the new?
Oh, they were. They were. And they were hit. Look, I don't want to call them out though, man, because I know how football is. But look, the Cowboys with Benjamin Anthony DiNucci. Dak Prescott would never. And now that Benjamin DiNucci is doing his thing. Look at Joshua Gordon Law, that could have been the Cowboys. But the Dak Prescott apologists won't let him make it. And then when Ben DiNucci threw that interception, where y'all at now, And they all ran away then. I'm saying like, all right, I ain't gonna call y'all out, man. I'm a good dude right now. I'm on the road. I was with limited resources. I wanted to call them out, but now they were like, you know what? I love our fans, man. I love them, man. Every quarterback is better than the starting quarterback.
Yeah, until they get with the Cowboys, and then the moment they throw an interception, they hit a rough patch, get them out of here. Let's get somebody else.
It's time to move on from Roger Staubach. Man, look at Daddy White. Look at Daddy White, baby. It's time to move on from Troy Aikman. Look at the black. He's a black guy. You know what I'm saying? Rodney Peete.
Everybody thinks Troy Aikman came out and started rocking from the jump. No.
Put Rodney Peete in, man. Come on, man. He was a legend, He was a legend, though, by the way. And shoot, the Eagles scooped him up real quick after we got rid of Rodney Peete.
You forget Troy Aikman and them boys, didn't they go 1-15 before they, you know what I'm saying? Come on, man, we wouldn't have survived at that. They'd have been like, come on, man, get the boys out of here.
We should have kept Steve Wash, man. He wouldn't have been washed. Yeah. With the Cowboys uniform on.
Come on, man. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. But it's not just us. It's all football teams.
No, but it's magnified with us, man.
They blaming Jalen Hurts. If Jalen Hurts wouldn't have fumbled the ball, we would have won the Super Bowl. That's what they saying. Jalen Hurts wouldn't have fumbled the ball, we would have won the Super Bowl. Now you got people saying, man, I don't know if we should pay Jalen Hurts, man. I don't know. But it's not magnified because it ain't the Cowboys. But you got a lot of people out there saying, don't pay Jalen Hurts.
Let him play it next year to make sure it's not a fluke when there ain't no weapons because he got all these weapons around him. It's Eagle fans saying that.
Yeah.
Eagle fans turning on Jalen Hurts.
Man.
But let me tell you something. Dak Prescott had how many games like that, Lo?
Man.
When he was outstanding and the defense let him down?
Oh,
Jalen
man.
Hurts had one good game like that, and they want to put him on the highest pedestal ever made. Just being real.
Hey, man, you real, man.
How many games Dak Prescott had where he turned the ball over, but he won? He actually won them games. Jalen Hurts ain't win his game. He turned the ball over.
Man,
he had a great game.
man.
He had a wonderful game, but did you win?
Man.
No. Dak Prescott will pull them games out, or he'll have one of them games and lose because of the defense, but he's won some of those games. Jalen Hurts has one game like that, and they want to say, oh, man, he's better than Dak Prescott. Is you stupid or is you dumb?
Man,
Come on,
you
man.
already
But
know
our
how it
fans-
goes, man.
Our fans don't, they don't like that because we didn't win.
We
They're
didn't
down
win.
because we didn't win. It's not all about the quarterback. It's about the whole team. I can tell you this right now. Jalen Hurts could have games like that all season next year and lose every single game. And y'all going to say Jalen Hurts is trash, Cowboy fans?
Man,
see
they're
what
gonna
I'm
move
saying?
on. They're gonna move on, man, because we seen the storyline before, man. We heard the news about this
Before
before,
we got
man.
Dan Quinn, Dak Prescott was doing that. But our defense wasn't stopping nothing. But Dak Prescott was balling. Am I lying now?
Man,
Am I lying? Come on.
and I done seen. I'm old enough to remember. Hey, man, Andy Dalton, man, he could read defense better, man. He goes through his progressions good, man. You put Andy Dalton on this team, man, and then we going to the Super Bowl. Andy, pitcher, man, put in Gilbert, man. Put in Garrett Gilbert, man. We got the wrong redhead in there, man. Put in Garrett Gilbert, baby. Oh, my God. Take Garrett Gilbert out. Put in Benjamin Anthony DiNucci, man. Hey, in these last 2 years, y'all, Cooper Rush is 5-1. Let's start the game off. Bench Dak, let's keep Cooper Rush. We would have won the Super Bowl this year if we'd have kept Cooper Rush. He's 5-1, Law. Remember that, Remember that,
But the defense was outstanding. What happens when the defense ain't like that?
Man, I done heard it all, man.
You saw what happened?
I done heard it all, man. You think I don't... You don't think I get resumes of
Man, I know what you get.
paragraph 4?
I know you be having to turn your phone off, man. Your phone be ringing off the hook, man. You be like, man, I need to take a break, dog. I know they be coming for you. You ain't got to tell me.
Man, hello,
they be
man.
coming for you. It is what it is. Like you said, man, they want an all-star team. But even if you get an all-star team, you got to have the right coaches. You got to have all that. A lot of Dak's interception was because of the coaches. Come on, man. Button hooks. What do you expect to happen when you run in button hooks? They're just gonna sit on that and pick the ball off.
Man, I've literally,
come on,
bro. I literally heard someone give me an analogy of the reason why the Cowboys defense dropped down from the number 1, from the 85 Bears defense to what it started looking like at the tail end. It's because of Dak Prescott.
So you don't take into account injury ain't have nothing to do with
No,
it.
man. Dak supposed to stop the run, man. He supposed to stop the run, man.
You expect for the third stringer to be just like the first stringer. You got fans like that, though, Law. They expect the third stringer to be just like the first stringer. It don't work like that, man. It don't work like that. You expect for James Washington to be just like C.D. Lamb. No, dog.
No doubt, man. I appreciate you, Reed. Hey, I appreciate you, my guy, man. This is my guy right here. 100 grand with the plan, man. Hey, I haven't forgot about you, man. I haven't forgot about you. You know about that thing I owe you. I'm supposed to send you. And matter of fact, to the blessings of Inside the Huddle, your gift have been elevated to one of these. You know what I'm saying? Because at first I didn't have these in the inventory, man. It's one of these. If you look at my camera.
I don't know what you're showing me. I'm just on the phone.
Yeah, but the people can
So
see
I
it
don't
though.
know what-
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. What is it? What is it? What is it?
It's
What
a
is it?
miniature helmet, man.
Okay.
Yeah, you can put that in. You know, you can just walk around New Jersey with this on your shoulder and be like, "Hey, baddest man knocked this off my, shoulder. Baddest man touched my hand," type of thing. You know what I'm saying? And then you had to call me, Lord, man, I need some bail money, man. I need somebody to put some money on my books, man. I had to whoop some Jets, some Giants fans. Who else out there in New Jersey, man?
Well, Kyrie ain't out here no more. He with you, man.
Yeah, old Kyrie, man. Oh my gosh, Kyrie burning stage and everything, man. Shout out to Kyrie, man. Shout out to the Kyries, man.
You got Kyrie now. He ain't out here no more.
Yes, indeed, man.
Oh, man.
Well, I appreciate you for calling in, fam.
No doubt.
Salute.
No doubt, man.
One more thing, man. Let me hear you say it, though, fam. Let me hear you say it.
How about them Cowboys? Let's go.
Let's go, man. Put some money on his books, man. If he walk around with the miniature helmet on, he can't put this on his head. He walk around with his shoulder, just walk around with his shoulder. Oh, you knock that off. We throwing hands, man. I've been live for like 4 hours now, man. I know it because I started when it was daylight. It's nighttime now. So I got Jake the Great and I got 760. But we can let 760 go first, man. You live, and then Jake the Great, you can close it out, man. But you live, 760. What you know?
Tell the truth. Don't fire her, though. I hear you talking about firing her. Don't fire her. Make her fire you.
Yeah.
Man up. Be a man. Be a strong woman.
760, you live, dog. You live.
If she can't handle you, she'll tell you.
760.
Don't fire her.
760 regulating somebody that's about to get fired. Okay, all right, man. All right, Jake the Great, man, you close it off, man. Yeah, I don't know who 760. He was talking to somebody. He's like, don't touch her, man. Don't touch her.
Well, don't fire her. Don't fire her. He checking her hard, boy.
Checking her hard. Mm-hmm.
Hey, what's going on, Law? Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed your vacation.
No, there wasn't vacation, man. My vacation starts on March the 2nd. We be out of town on March, man. I had to go to Houston for the other capacities. But talk to me, man.
All right. Well, I'm mad, man. Mad. I'm super mad. And I'm going to tell you why I'm super mad, Law. I'm tired of people eating the cheese, going for billionaires instead of dudes trying to get their bag. How dare they push this narrative of devaluing the running back position? Why do you think these guys are slowing down? These guys are running the ball in Pop Warner because you don't throw the ball. Now, you continue to devalue the running back position. Keep doing that. And you know what you're going to get? You're going to get flag football on TV.
Right.
That's what it's going to lead to. The running back they say the running back is devalued, but I say the running back is the second most important position in the NFL because that running back is your game insurance. Because you don't need a running back until you need one. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And me personally, I want Zeke back. I don't care what people are saying. Zeke is washed and just was it Marv said? Watch too much fantasy football and y'all play too much fantasy football. This is not Madden. This is real life. I didn't see Zeke run in that I formation until we got in the playoffs. I'm sitting there like, dang, Kellen Moore, line Zeke up in the I formation. Let him run that power football. Stop with this finesse stuff. I really want to see what Zeke looks like under a whole new regime, not this watered down, here's your job, but this guy's going to call the plays for you type stuff,
Well, Jake the Great, I feel your thoughts and your opinions on that. The only thing is we're in the crossroads now, and the Cowboys got to make the best decision with Ezekiel Elliott. Now, they do have on the table contract cutting, right? And they try to be clever with it. They try to announce it ahead, of the media and said Zeke is willing to take a pay cut, which that wasn't the case in order scenario. And now they're saying that, okay, now his agency is saying that, hey, after the combine, they will see where his value is at. I think that they want Zeke to take about $5 to $6 million a year.
Man, oh yeah, he's gonna walk out the building. That's a big pay.
Yeah, there's a lot of money.
If not, it's okay. But as we look into free agency, the only person I think we won't be able to get back is Donovan Wilson, and it's a shame. But at the same time, it's amazing what players can do when it's contract year, because the man's been hurt. He's been here. He knows it's time to get that. He stays healthy for the whole season. Now you might give him the bag, and he goes back to who he was, an injury-prone guy. So that's the only dude I wouldn't really go out there and break the bank for him, because to me, he still is kind of unproven commodity, because we've only seen flashes in 1 year of that. But I could ramble on and on forever. I know it's been late. Man, shout out to everybody in the chat, even the haters. I want to hate on some people, but they articulate they hate so good, I can't even hate on them. So shout out to y'all, too. And how about them Cowboys?
How about them, man? Appreciate y'all, man. That's Jake the Great, man. He shoot down all of the haters, man, regardless. Appreciate you, 760, man. Let me see, Jake. 760, did you fire? Did you fire her?
We're broke as shit. I'm not about to just step into a bunch of fucking money. It's not like we're going to get unbroke. It's not like you can be.
760 done, man. He been on that
Goodbye.
And he been on that lean. He been on that hen. I don't know what he been on. Yeah, but shout out to 760, man. I've been giving you guys marathon show. This is the best way to do it, man. I thank y'all so much, man, for tuning in. I saw this out here. I forgot where this came from. So if you are the creator of this, let me know, and I'll give credit to you. But it says that pretty much these are the facts right here. All hate is back to the star. And it don't matter where you are, it all leads back to the star. You know how it goes, y'all. That's the craziest thing, man. I know we got low participation now because I've been live too long and it goes against all algorithm, but watch. People go watch this on Rewind and have a great time. I like now when I look at long form content is because we can take this content and break it up into smaller segments, right? But also for those who like traveling on the road, they can look at a content of mine and be like, it's 3 hours. I know I can drive from Dallas to Mississippi, and be at the halfway mark, and listen to a full episode of Law. And then on my 5-hour grooves, I know somebody can drive from Dallas to Mississippi all the way. And that's good, man. Somebody can listen to me all the way, man. So a podcast type of style, man. I love it. And I wouldn't be doing anything else but looking at, after I do my other capacities, of just talking to myself about what his team can be at and how they can be better, right? So I do love it. But all of the hate circles back to the Cowboys, man. And it's just what it is, y'all. Playing into the crowd of the stuff.
Play for the Cowboys. At what point do you realize this is different than any other team? And the media coverage is just different than everybody else.
Immediately, man. It is. I tell people all the time, that is the biggest acclamation to playing with Dallas. Eventually, football becomes football, right? You practicing, you got your schedule, you're going through it. But to always have media, literally always have a microscope everywhere you go. It's different. And I was happy when I went to Baltimore because I got a different experience of what the different things were. But
no doubt. I
mean, it's no coincidence that is the most valuable franchise. It's covered the most. Ratings go through the roof when people talk about them. So you realize, though, it's a 24/7 news cycle about the Dallas Cowboys. Even if it's not national, somebody is having a conversation about Dallas.
But consciously, subconsciously, when you do NFL Live, how often are you trying to get the Cowboys into the show every day?
I'm not. I try to get them in as least as possible.
Why?
Personally.
Okay.
Because they break my heart every damn year.
Oh, okay. But if Dak Prescott played someplace else, how would the media cover his performance? Now, they might look at his contract, and I don't know if they'd treat him like they do Kirk Cousins.
They wouldn't treat him as bad, or we wouldn't have that much conversation. Look, the reality is this is not new territory, right, for any quarterback playing with Dallas. I knew who Troy Aikman was before I knew what football was. And I grew up a Jerry Rice fan. I was more of players fans than a team. So Reggie White and Jerry Rice was the guys that I watched. But I knew who Troy Aikman, Mike Irvin, and Emmitt Smith were because David Blaine went there and did some magic tricks during Hard Knock. And they had every microscope you could possibly have. And also they were winning, which we haven't done in a long time.
Yeah.
But let's not get into that, Dan. I want to stay focused on why the Cowboys are who they are. They were marketed. So you realize, like, this is reality show, football, all of that stuff intertwined with playing the game.
Yeah, because it feels like the Cowboys are Hard Knocks every single day.
100%. 100%.
You don't need a TV show. They are a TV show.
Well, look.
And then you bring in Jerry, who wants to be the owner, GM, coach, and quarterback.
He wants to be everything.
Yes.
Dan, let me say this, okay? Some people might get pissed off. Jerry actually wants to win. He just don't know how.
Fatality. He ain't lying on that one. Just don't know how. That's Marcus Spears, y'all.
But if you talk to him and you realize how much he wants to win a Super Bowl and a championship, it'll get you going. Because it's not false when he talks about, I want to win it. I want to get it done. He just don't know how to go about it.
Here's the problem, though. Jerry wants all the credit.
Yeah.
Ooh, they dropping some gems. I wish I had this by 2 hours ago. I would have had the different title of the show. He want all of the credit. Shoot.
And with that comes all the blame as well. Yeah. If you move on from Jimmy Johnson, that tells me an awful lot about he got a lot of credit there.
Have we ever talked about maybe the Cowboys are cursed?
Ooh, wait. Y'all know we've been talking about that.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Because of Jimmy Johnson.
You think Jimmy cursed them?
I'm not a big baseball guy, all right? But I like baseball, all right? I'm not big because I'm not following everything that happens in it. And, they get to the championship series, I'll sit down and watch it. The curse of the Bambino was a real thing, I thought, right? And then the Red Sox won.
Finally.
You telling me we're going to have to wait a damn 100 years? Was it 100 years, Dan?
But maybe you do a sacrifice, like burn Jimmy Johnson's boat or something.
Well, they do it to me every day on TV. I'll be the sacrifice if it means a Super Bowl.
Man, he don't know what he talking about, y'all.
We wouldn't have that much conversation.
He don't know what he talking about when you talking about curses. And we all know it's not the Jimmy Johnson curse. No. You can burn all of the boats you want from Jimmy. It's Jerry. I think that those two guys got to figure out a way to be on the same page with each other. Whether it's the Ring of Honor, whether it's taking back some of the words that they said to each other. We got right now, even off of this conversation, people will clearly say that, hey, Jerry didn't fire Jimmy. He walked away from the team. His contract ended. Some people will say, hey, Jimmy had a 5-year mindset regardless. People don't walk away from the things that the Cowboys were doing in the 90s. You just don't walk away from that good stuff. You don't walk away. There's people right now got a bad one. I can't stand you. And as soon as she turn around and they see that walking away, don't let it be a sundress. They going, you know what? I apologize, baby. I can't stand you on some days, but today we're gonna talk about this. We're gonna work it out. You don't walk away from all of that, If there's ever an analogy I can give you, and the fellas know what I'm talking about. I can't stand her the moment you see her with someone else. I'm seeing it right now in live action. I'm watching Instagrammer's content creator. I think his name is LaTruth, L.A. LaTruth, and he have a Squeeze or a boo thing or what have you. Her name was Miss LaTruth. And she gone. They both gone. But every day, he like, I can't stand her. But in different ways. But he know he missing her. You know what I mean? He missing a good thing. Some people don't know a good thing when it's gone. Right? Go look him up. Y'all be like, look, who is LaTruth, and who is Mr. LaTruth, Y'all see what I'm talking about. Sometimes when it's time to depart, you fight, you claw, and then it hits you about 3-4 years later. I messed up with this one. But it is what it is. The Cowboys, we've been in this clouded mind for about 26 to 28 years. Kenyatta said, not the sundress. Yeah. But it is what it is, y'all. Cowboys just got to figure it out one way or another, man. I'm going to get on up out of here before I spit too much of the truth. You know what I'm saying? LaTuff, Choctaw, you crazy, man, you crazy. But y'all be sure to understand that life itself is a fickle process. It is. You don't know what's up or down, or what's down and what's up, right? Yes, indeed. Trey, shout out to you. He has 5 INTs, a fumble in the 4 playoff games for his career. You crazy, man, Trey. Appreciate you, Fargo. Like Wells, right? But on our way out, be sure to hit that like button, share the content, let a friend or a neighbor know where to go when they want to tune in to Cowboys Marathon Sports Talk and beyond. We're not afraid of any topics over here. We'll call a spade a spade. And we'll get on up out of here. Appreciate y'all so much, man. The only thing is, like Trey says, just facts. You got to extend Dak Prescott, laugh all out. That's what it is, basically. Because we talked about choices. Choices to extend. You can give it all up and say, hey, let's just find another way. Let's go crazy into the 2023 season because we're not satisfied with 12-5. Let's go into the 2023 season with Cooper Rush, and let's cut the fat off with Dak Prescott of $49 million. Right? But then you got to sign Cooper Rush. I forgot he's a free agent. So whatever contract you offer him, you sign him to that. Not many teams would do that. It's called choices. Realism versus sensationalism. Sensationalism would go like this. The Cowboys are thinking about drafting C.J. Stroud, Bryce Young. And they'll put it in bold headlines with colorful pictures. And everybody, mama, uncle, cousin will be clicking on that. Those who can't stand Dak Prescott and those who love those young quarterbacks. Sensationalism. That's where we are at now in these modern day football conversations. Sensationalizing the fact that they disregard the truth and they elevate the lies. They leave out the truth and they elevate false hopes and false reasonings. And they stand behind their pretty much resume or background for clicks. And that, my friend, is not what Law Nation is going to bring and present to you all. I'm going to always look at it from both sides of the argument. One, if you extend said quarterback, you'll have more and more opportunities to add to. Two will be, hey, if you don't extend the quarterback, you will have less and less opportunities around the team. Now, you can do all of those things because I talked to you guys about the money. You see, teams that talk about the money, always bring up the money, are the teams that's always in shambles. Teams that put players on franchise tags are people just like the equivalency of going out to the payday loans, going out to the title loans, to go out there to get money and wonder why they're still in the same shape that they are in, because it's called overpaying. Great teams don't do those things, right? Now, you got to be a little risque with your movement. This game that we talking about is like a code, a universal law. Write that down. Just like the parable with the talents. You can't just take talent, dig a hole and put it in there and say, wait till next year. You see, last year y'all was talking about we got to be mindful of Michael Parsons' money. Michael Parsons' money in the future don't win you games today. You got to take good care of what you're doing now. You got to take good care of how you can find ways. But if you, my friend, are one of those people that's looking at it and saying that, hey, we got to look for 2026, 2027, where you're going to always be in the middle of the pack. You're going to always be close but no cigar. You're going to always be that team that can't get over the hump because you're too afraid to take the shot. And one of the things that I brought up earlier when the caller called in and he said, man, we can shoot pretty well in these type of situations. How come it don't work in an actual game? I pulled up the lethal shooter. The man can't miss. He can hit every shot. He can drill them. But he's not the greatest shooter of all time as it relates to the NBA numbers and stats and accolades. Why? Because it's different between shooting when you're open. It's different for going to the gym and shooting your shot. And I'm not selling or denigrating him about his skill set and his amazing intellect of the game. But what I'm saying is that this is equivalent to what we seen out of this team. That we got good situations where we can shoot the shot, but can you go into a scheme? And can you develop a system that when you put it out there, that regardless of who's in front of you, regardless of the opposition that's around you, regardless of the things that's close to you, can you still make that shot, ladies and gentlemen? And as long as this episode is, all of the wisdom and the sweet stuff is at the end for you. And if you could wait to this time frame, you can listen to the words of law and you can apply the law to the words. And then you can understand that this team, it don't matter how much talent you got. It don't matter how much skill set the players are. If you don't have the coaches to marry the talent, nor the talent to marry with the coaches, you won't go far. You won't. And that is the problem with Jerry Jones. He think that, hey, I can be the coach. I want to win. But the best plan for him to win is for him to sit his butt down and allow someone else to resurrect this team, coach up this team their way. Allow someone else do the things to break away from the curses. Allow Willie McClay to be the general manager. Allow football people to be football people and get your fingers out of the way. Because that way, you will be able to see the fruits of your labor. And lo and behold, the credit will still come back to you. You know, there was a rich ruler, and he stood out and he said, look at the providence I built. Look at the things that I created. And he was saying, look at me. And the good Lord struck him down, and the man grew feathers and fangs until he realized and woke up and said that, you know what? I can't elevate nothing. It's to he that elevates me. You know, until Jerry Jones have that real life encounter and know that it's not about him, that the elevation comes from above, not from within him, then everything else will work its way out. But he got to sit down because the authorities of the law, you can't escape it. You know what I'm saying? Got to answer to the code. And when law is spitting to y'all, y'all better write it down and put it into your mental mindset that you not bigger than the grand creator. That's been my time, baby. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Let's go, Cowboy Nation, and everyone that's listening. I thank y'all. I love y'all to the moon and back, baby. But you got to understand, got to look from within. That's been my time. Let's go. Haters.
Emotional damage.
Let's go, baby. Let's run it up, baby. Shout out to you, Lisa. Appreciate you. I see you.
I've been really in the field, love the rush, I love the feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Come on.
Don't need no deals, I make the deal.
Joey B, appreciate you. 804 Gary Stokes, thank you. Jerry Cowboys, thank you for jumping in. Thank you. Come on. Shout out to you, Trey, my dog Fargo. Thank you. Thank those who donated. Quentin Chappell, appreciate you. Daniel Berry, I Rock, Justin D, Thomas A, Garrett Jr. Damn Dizzle, appreciate you. Choctaw, Montana, 808. Let's go. Who in law, baby? Come on. Shout out to all of the super chats, man. Spencer, Jesse, Eastside Harold, DC for Life, Common Sense Lab, It's Y-Man 7, D Shift. Do what Lisa is doing. Let me see some blue hearts in the chat, baby. Shout out to you, Dina. Or is it Diana? Alec, appreciate you. Hey. Oh. Hey. Shout out to you, Calhoun, Clifton, Ruben, appreciate you. Thank you. Hey. Never. So over it, appreciate you. Come on. Come on. Don't forget to check out the Law Nation starter kit, baby. I'm going to find me a 1995 or a 94, 93, 94 starter jacket. I'm going to put that in the starter kit. Let's go, baby. Slow it down just for a little bit. Can we do that? Slow it down just a little bit right there. Come on. Hey. Oh. Come on. If it's your birthday this month, happy birthday to you all and you. Tell them. Don't let the street lights hit you all alone. It's dangerous. You know it's dangerous to go alone. I ain't trying to be like 30 years ago. I ain't trying to make no comeback. I'm gone. I want to stay gone. Can I be Hit that note. I follow.
Wherever you go, whatever you do, where you do.
Check in on the Eagles fans right quick. They still crying. Hush your mouths. Hey.
When you pray for rain, you gotta deal with the mud too.
Jerry.
I want Mason Roy.
All right, Jerry. It's a little too late for that now. If you're watching and you have not hit that like nor shared this content,
Shame. So far. Shame. So far. Shame. If a paper crane can fly, then forever doesn't feel that far. So far. So far. If a paper crane can fly. Fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on.
Uncle Charles, close us out tonight.
Sacrifice, don't give up the fight. Everything will be alright on any given Sunday, yeah. Depend on you if you win or lose. You know you got to pay some dues to live on Monday. Yeah.
No doubt. No doubt, man. We supposed to win the Super Bowl last year, man.
Hey! Stop! Thief! Come back, thief!
Oh my gosh, man. I laugh every time. I bet you if you watch Lethal Weapon this weekend, let me know, man.
You have to.
Let me know. I'm up out, baby. Riggs!
Nothing's working, but there's something inside of you that says, I just have to follow that. Because you don't know who you're going to be, who you're going to be, who you're going to be.